everyone, welcome to Alr Cobalt. This is the final ever race of us racing under the Alr banner before we become Hyperdrive for next season. And of course, we're going to have 7 leagues across Monday to Sunday, I should say. And we have also got a couple of bonus leagues as well, haven't we? I don't think it's been made official yet, but keep an eye on the Twitter sphere and social media and all that kind of jazz. Let's go through the drivers in the constructor standing, shall we? We had an absolute epic finale last night. We had for the constructors championship, which was absolutely incredible stuff. Which was won by 2 points from the Aston Martin team. And congratulations to Gunnar and to Joseph as well. Joseph's had a stellar second half of the season, really impressive indeed. And Gunnar, I think, deserved the constructors championship after. He's been with us since almost the get-go, hasn't he? So congratulations to Gunnar and to Joseph as well. And Joseph has just shown that he's just propelled up the ranks, hasn't he, in ALR. He's gone from cobalt to bronze, and he would have been into silver as well if we carried on with the format that we're on at the moment. Let's take a look to see what Craig Ard's doing. He's coming out the final turn then. Whilst he's going on a lap then, this is at the moment more of a practice session then, as we're only going to lose one driver in this first qualifying. Hammer Tom, the champion, and 46 points then in front of Starbus in second position, and Paris in third position. All those drivers will be propelling to a bronze level of division of a division next season for Hyperdrive. So looking forward to seeing what those drivers can muster up then. J-Dog in a superb fourth position. He's done so well this season, J-Dog has there. And Smith, your mighty stellar stuff indeed. Then 7 points behind J-Dog. I think that Smith and White's had a really good second half of the season. Duncan Dave then down into 6th in the championship. It's an almighty scrap between J-Dog, for best of the rest, really, isn't it? Between J-Dog, Smith, Almighty, Duncan, Dave, and Brooksy. And Iron Knight as far. Goodness gracious me, then those 4-5 positions then are going to be absolutely incredible indeed. Then Casal in 9th position, and 10th position is Stars as well. 1 point in front of Booty, who is not here tonight. Down the bottom, then Crustier T, Picasso, and Kaz, and were the bottom 3 drivers, and Scooby Stew 3 points away as well. In the constructors standings then, also the Alpha Tari are the constructors world champions of Cobalt. Congratulations to them, that team then. And Aston Martin then are second, 89 points away from the championship winners there. We've got Alfa Romeo 8 points away from Aston Martin. Williams 9 points away from Alfa Romeo. Ferrari are 5 points away from the Williams team. Very nip and tuck there. Craig are at the final turn then to Sandus on our way then. A good time indeed then for Craig R. 74 points separates Haas and Ferrari. McLaren are 8 points away from the Ferrari team. That's going to be a neat battle as well. Red Bull Racing then 36 points away from the McLaren team. We got Alpine. We got also the Alpine team on in 9th position and 12 points away from Red Bull. Mercedes 10 points away from the Alpine team as well. So that is the order as it stands at the moment. Just watching Mac then, Lewis G, who is just flicking it into the final couple of turns as well. Let's see what Lewis G can muster up as well out of the final turn. And Lewis G across the line, he is fast and goodness me, 8 tenths of a second in front of Craig R. Mac goes fast, and 6 tenths of a second in front of Lewis G. Goodness me, these times are quite gappy at the moment, aren't they? Iron Knight 2 tenths of a second in front of Mac as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. What about Jinner then? Jinner coming out of the final turn base. He has the helmet of the season for me then. Across the line he comes. He is 4th fastest Jinner is there. I think he's been very unlucky, hasn't he, in the old realms of ALR. We got Winnie down the back straight as well. Baguette also on the up, and Hammer Time then, who's looks like he's crawling to a halt here. So I'm not sure what Hammer Time is doing, but there's some issues there with the Alpha Tari car. We're going to leave him to it for the minute as we watch Winnie. Let's take a look at the joint constructors as well then, because this is the final night and that any of the teams could do anything about their joint constructors position apart from Alpha Tari. They have won the championship and they're 284 points in front of the McLaren team in second. However, McLaren and Williams are separated by just 10 points, and that is very nip and tuck as well. Ferrari are only 25 points away from the Williams team then, and Mercedes are 22 points away from the Ferrari team as well. And the joint constructors, incredible stuff indeed, how close these guys are. It's fantastic, isn't it? Haas are 87 points away from the Mercedes. However, Aston Martin, with their incredible performances, in bronze especially, 3 points away from the Haas team now. Alfa Romeo 31 points away. Red Bull are going to be staying in 9th position, and Alpine are definitely going to be staying in 10th as well, as Red Bull 84 points away from Alfa Romeo, and Alpine are 148 points away from the Red Bull team then. So that is the joint constructors then, and yes, different. So it's going to be very interesting. He's going to be runner-up as well. Winnie has gone at 7 fast moment, and Hamilton has done 2:04 to start us on our way then. So we've lost all our drivers that we're expecting to lose in this qualifying session. So this is more of a practice session here tonight. Ariel then drifting across then in the Alpha Tower, and Ariel is making his third appearance in a row tonight. Let's go through the comments, shall we? We have got. Hang on a minute. So we have got at the moment. Thank you. By the way, thank you for the latest subscribers. We're now up to 404. By the way, I've got to say we've absolutely grown exponentially in the last couple of days or so. I've got me dairy milk now, so yeah, great. We have great stuff indeed. Then, so you can all stop subscribing now. Of course, I'm joking there. I carry on that subscribing. Then, of course, we do. We're only going to be showing one race on YouTube next season. That will be Division 1. All the other races will be streamed on Twitch, so that'll be Monday to Saturday, all on Twitch then, but then on Sunday it'll be Twitch and YouTube, as we'll be doing simulcasting and all that kind of jazz. And Ariel's at third fastest then, good stuff indeed. Then Scooby Stew, who is gone at 10th fastest at the moment as well, 2 seconds away from Winnie, but I think the Scooby Stew can get something out of there as well. Let's just take a look at the comments, shall we? And oh goodness gracious me, we've had a lot of comments go awry here. Right then, so we got Craig. Here we go, troops. Let's go. Ariel, hello, show. Good evening, Ariel. Noonda, one last time. Let's go, Cobalt. Kaz saying hello and good luck, drivers. For one last time, ALR, hello there. Search Russian, good luck, guys. Have a great final one. Echo, good luck, guys. Gonna miss you all. Then we've got a McLaren who spun around there whilst I've been chatting away, and it is Scooby Stew who's had a almighty spin, unfortunately. As Echo says, it's been a hell of a 3 years. Liam saying, Sean, I'm driving in Cobalt for the first time. This means that I have this means I've raced in all ARR divisions, which our drivers have achieved this. Liam is asking, and Liam is too busy for Cobalt. But yes, I think let's answer Liam's $1 million question. And who has driven in all 4 divisions? And Young Lights has. We have also had Gooner as well. And now we've got 4 drivers. And the third one is Liam, yeah, and of course the fourth one is one of Liam's favourite drivers of all time, Bulky Volcano, then, as the 4th driver as well. Of course, however, Bulky Volcano, out of all those 3 drivers, Bulky Volcano has raced the least out of all those 4 drivers that has appeared in all 4 divisions. But yeah, hats off indeed, good stuff indeed. At least my Cobalt pole position won't get taken away from me, and that's a very good start actually, then, because I think that Brooksy is going to be the all-time highest pole sitter in Cobalt history then, with 11 pole positions. Can he get 12 on his 23rd qualifying attempt? That's impressive to say least, isn't it? We're just watching Baguette at the moment. She once again is turned up in the Aston Martin. Very much, she's all about class, isn't she? As she drives the Aston Martin car. We have got J-Dog out on an outlap at the moment, and Kaz, Duncan, Dave, and Baguette, who are just on board with now then. We have also got go down in history. Brooksy Sirius Busher was saying that he will indeed do. Doesn't matter what happens here tonight, Brooksy will be the all-time record pole sitter in Cobalt history, and he's got such a margin. I think the next highest is actually 5 or 6, so he's almost double the next highest place in terms of pole position. Really impressive stuff indeed there from Brooksy. Scooby Stew is retired from the session then, but luckily he should be safely through. Hamilton's also retired as well. Over the grid hatch as we go. Baguette is gone at 10th fastest. Good time indeed there for Baguette. J-Dog is using the new configuration of track there, which is which I've got to say not very that's the wrong track, my good sir. Also, Liam did a great start last night, by the way, for bronze. I know this is Cobalt, but I do love a good start. Liam did mention about a great start last night in the bronze chat, that Aston Martin only led the constructors on 3 occasions in the Bronze Championship this season. Of course, the most important time that they led it was the final race, which was after last night. It was an absolutely epic showdown. That's going to go down in my memory for a very long time, how Aston Martin took the Constructors' Championship, and how this team here, of course, from the bronze category of Ferrari just imploded, didn't they, of Roscoe and the Theo. That goodness me, there was no team orders in the Ferrari. Theo then went into the back of his teammate as well, which oh goodness me, and unfortunately Roscoe couldn't get the job done even then. So yes, it was a pretty nightmarish race for Ferrari. I don't think Ferrari have ever won a Constructors' Championship in any of the ALR divisions. It was close last night, but I think it's a curse. ALR seems to have a curse on like the Scuderia, because apart from this season, Ferrari have had a really wretched time in ALR. Red Bull, apart from their first season, have had a really wretched time in ALR as well. Goodness gracious me, I'm not sure what we got against those two teams, but hopefully in Hyperdrive from next season, things will be slightly different for those two teams, of course. But get top 3 tonight, Sarah Special was saying. I have no doubts about that then. Of course, Baguette then, who's 10th at the moment now, so she's got to pull up her socks, I think, then, if she wants to get into the top 10. As Duncan David is just coming out of the final couple of turns, and he's out at the underneath the hotel as well. Of course, this is the last stream of ALR before he transforms into Hyperdrive. Remember that it is not goodbye or farewell. We are just becoming more mature, aren't we? As Duncan David doesn't want to take any life out of those tires there. So yes, it's basically going to be the same. It's going to be the same people from PB and from ALR. So yeah, it's just a brand change. So nothing else is going to change really, and it's the natural progression for the league, isn't it? And also that means that I can have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off as well, which is always a bonus for me. As goodness me, especially on Wednesday, I do like to have some shut eye. After traveling 4 days of absolutely fantastic racing in ALR, but next season we got some fine commentators, haven't we? I don't want to burst our bubbles, but of course some of them you would have heard of over on the Twitch channel of PB, and they are some cracking driver view as well in there, because all the drivers, all the commentators that will be commentating next season have driven a Formula 1 car in PBE or in ALR, and have driven it to a high standard as well. Sir Dave is go across the line there, and he is not fast at the moment there, so good stuff indeed there from Sir Dave. I think he's done a really good job, actually, Sir Dave has. I know that from my point of view, I do know Sir Dave quite well, unfortunately. I'm just messing, but well, I'm not actually, because he was rubbing it in my face last night that he watched Spider-Man, so I'm furious with him at the moment. So yes, so I'm just spamming him with memes all day. But I think Sir Dave, who was completely new to this game not too long ago, and I think he's done a really good job actually. Same with Booty Delight as well. And there was another Emerson who made his debut with ALR back in season 2 of oh gosh, oh goodness me, and Duncan Dave there is just got off the circuit. A lovely pirouette there, by the way. That is as graceful as a swan there from Duncan Dave. Absolutely beautiful stuff indeed. I give that a 10 out of 10. Absolutely mega. But Emerson there, who never raced the league race until the Azerbaijan Grand Prix of ALR in season 2. He's just a natural, isn't he? Ayrton, who never raced the league race until season 1 of Bronze, which I think was the 3rd season of ALR in total in the Italian Grand Prix, and now he's a 3-time Grand Prix winner as well. Those are just 4 people that have gone off the top of my head, mainly because I interact with them daily. Yeah, I think that it's quite nice to see the progression of those drivers there and how they take it to the next level. It's absolutely fantastic. It really is indeed there. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that Farfa saying something. I can't remember if Farf said it, whether it's Winnie, Smithy or J-Dog, but I'm sure that those drivers is also relatively new to league race as well, and I think that whether it's one of them, all of them or none of them, they have done a superb job as well. But I think over the course of ALR in our 6 seasons, I have been mightily impressed with some drivers. I've had the privilege to watch every driver that has participated in ALR. All of them have been fantastic. They they really have indeed. I don't have the total number of drivers ever in ALR, but well, I do, but I don't want to put the spreadsheet together yet because that's kind of a Sunday night kind of thing, really. After a bit of cheese and isn't it? Well, at the moment, nothing else is really going on track, to be honest here, because we've lost Stars, Liam, and Brooks out of qualifying already. This is just a bit of a practice session, which is good stuff for me because I can have an absolute, I can just talk absolute rubbish set for the foreseeable future. This is a great opportunity as well. Then it's of course, Gurman. This is Gurman's last race as the Cobalt admin as well. And I gotta say, Gurman's done a superb job as Cobalt admin there. We must thank him very much indeed for stepping in and taking the reins of Cobalt in season 2. I was just saying last night that Liam probably had the hardest job in ALR. I think that Gurman is very much. I don't think he's had it too difficult, if he doesn't mind me saying so. Mainly probably because the Cobalt drivers have very much behaved themselves, haven't they? So I think that it's been quite a nice season there in Cobalt, and really good stuff indeed there. Not many incidents, of course. The most penalties definitely go to Sir Dave, really, because he's been a nuisance. So I think that's been Gurman's Achilles heel, has been that Sir Dave. But apart from that, everyone else has been supreme, and yeah, very good stuff indeed. So thank you very much, Gurman. He has been brilliant as the Cobalt admin there. Of course, he's also the champion of ALR Gold as well. Then, of course, is that fixing? I hope not, but then again, I don't think it's anything like Crashgate. No, Gurman has been superb in gold this season. He is the world champ, the 4th ever world champion of ALR, isn't he? And he's the last champion of the ALR era before he transforms into hyperdrive from next season. I'm looking forward to Gurman facing against new and old rivals then for next season. I cannot wait for that. I also cannot wait to see how the other drivers do in different leagues then as well. Hang on, whilst I'm waffling away then, I've completely missed some of your comments there. Serious Russian Scooby and top 5. I'm making a wish list now saying, who's your 20 favourite drivers, Sean? Oh, goodness me. Don't get tired of commentating, Sean. I am a bit weary tonight, I must admit, but I think that's down to a really rough day at work rather than rather than commentating on Formula 1. But no, it's been a privilege to commentate. But however, we want to extend the experience for everyone who watches the streams there, and I think that having one person doing all the commentary is not great really, because of you want to hear, you don't hear all the rubbish that comes out of my mouth, but you want to hear about the drivers' opinions as well. And I think that next year we have a couple of commentators. I think we have 3, 4, maybe 3, 4 commentators for next season, so looking forward to that one, and it's going to be very good stuff indeed. Big shout out to Gurman, an amazing season in Cobalt. Hammer Tom is saying, yes, I echo that entirely. Gurman's been superb, and all the admins of ALR have been superb as well, and of course all the admins of ALR will be the same admins in PBE for next. All the admins will be in HDE for next season. Then, of course, which will be we'll be joining Wilson and his merry lot then in the hyperdrive era. Then, so that's the end of qualifying 1. Then, as that was a great opportunity to really have a bit of a waffle going on, really, wasn't there? So, yeah, I quite like that. Hammer Time fastest, by the way. Hammer Time, I don't think has lost the lead of the championship from start to finish, has he? He's been really magnificent there. Out of qualifying, then in qualifying 1 is Brooksy, Liam, and Stars out of qualifying, so we proceed into qualifying 2. Craig R says, I know I joined late in the season, but I've loved it. It does feel like you've only just joined, Craig R, but it is quite frightening of how quickly these weeks go by. You have participated in 11 Grand Prix in your Cobalt career. That's really fantastic. Your debut actually in Cobalt is in Canada, and you got a podium as well, Craig. Fantastic stuff indeed there. As Lewis G has still got no seat, unfortunately. I think Lewis G did have a seat, didn't he? Didn't he have a seat in oh gosh, was it bronze? Had a seat. Yeah, Lewis G did have a seat in bronze there. But this is 4th race tonight for Lewis G. For next season, I apologise. Goodness me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me, Lewis G. I must say I don't do the driver and the driver draws or anything like that. I just sit here and smile, mainly because it's well above me yet. All I do is sit here and talk absolute nonsense. Really. We got serious Mushroom saying best commentator, going to miss you next season. Reason why I watch the race back then. Thank you very much, Serious Russian. But you will have more reasons to watch the races back next season, because as I mentioned, they are some really fantastic commentators. Wilson will be returning to commentate next season, as he commentates on PBE at the moment, doesn't he, on Fridays and Saturdays. So he's going to be giving his expert eye over the course. And I don't want to spoil the rest of the surprises, of course, then, but I think that I hope I didn't spoil that surprise or stole Wilson's thunder there. Otherwise, I think I might get a thunderbolt thunderbolt between my cheeks, as we are now going ready for qualifying 2 here, as Craig R is getting ready to go out on the medium compound tyres then as well. If any of you got any of your favourite memories of ALR, then share them in then. I've already mentioned about some of my favourite memories in ALR, of course, back on Monday night, I think it was, then, as I was talking about two really great races in silver. One of my favourite memories of bronze was actually going to be last night, an incredible battle in the Constructors' Championship between Aston Martin and Ferrari, and how Ferrari just imploded, didn't they? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Another one of my favourite images. I don't think Gunnar or FIFA Beefy is going to like this, but when Gunnar and FIFA Beefy took off in the Russian Grand Prix, I found that quite funny. Also, it was quite a spectacular crash, wasn't there? Another very controversial moment was where Emerson and Granty came to blows at the top of Rally on its Spa. And goodness me, that really lit a fire under their rivalry. But my goodness me, I absolutely enjoyed that rivalry. One of the best, two of the best drivers to ever grace the ALR World Championship. A magnificent season indeed. Then, Serious Russian spoiler, la 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 la. Yes, I'm not saying anything else about Hyperdrive for next season, but yeah, looking forward to it. Driver draws are early January as well. Then, so all 7 divisions will be doing a random driver draw course, and like both leagues do. Then, so it's going to be a random driver draw then. The reason why we do that, because I wanted to have maybe partnerships formed in league racing there, where you can pick your teammate and all that kind of stuff depending on your championship position. However, the problem with that is that it may make the constructors a bit boring kind of thing, isn't it? For example, if Emerson picked Troy, however, Troy is not. Troy has only just found his feet, hasn't he? But I thought that Troy and Emerson would have, if Emerson had to pick, he probably would have picked Troy for this season, wouldn't he? And that's just the way of the draw, really, because that's the fairest way. But Emerson would have picked Troy. So we had 2 champions in the same team, which was incredible, unique opportunity, wasn't it? However, both Ferraris just seemed to have a couple of issues, didn't they, over the course of the season there? If Troy and Emerson get partnered up for next season, that is going to be my claim for the Constructors' Championship for Division 1 for next season. However, now I've said that, they're both going to be shaking their heads at me, because, of course, I have given them the old commentator's curse. Ariel, they're now on circuit at the moment now. He's had 2 very good races, Ariel has, or qualifying attempts Ariel has, but in the races it seems to have gone a bit awry, hasn't it there? So that's a bit unfortunate there for Ariel. Hopefully he can get himself a good race pace as well. Out on circuit as well is Craig R. Smith, your mighty. Lewis G also out on circuit. We've got 5 cars in this qualifying 2 shootout. We are losing another 5 drivers in this one. Of course, if you're getting through into qualifying 3, the old caveat, you must start on the tyres which you set your fastest time on in qualifying 2. So that is the name of the game, really. As we go under the hotel then, going a bit wide then, and out of it as well. Then Ariel's going to be the first driver to set a timed run on in qualifying 2 then. Out of the final turn then, and let's see what we can do out of it. And here we come then across the line, and Ariel goes fast then on a 36.3 as day turns into night here in Abu Dhabi. And it is the twilight of the season, the twilight of ALR as well. Before it become Hyperdrive, which I think that the more I say that name, the more it's really like getting me blood pumping. Fantastic, isn't it? Craig R, second fastest moment there, as we just heard him in the comments as well. Really enjoyed. He's really enjoyed this season, hasn't he? Craig R, and we've really enjoyed having him here as well. Absolute privilege to commentate on Craig R. He's been supreme. As the other pits, out comes Iron Knight then, who won the British Grand Prix. I think there's a Ferrari out the final turn. It's Lewis G, who's too quick for me, wasn't he? Because I was looking at the Alfa Romeo for some reason. Lewis G's gone second fast, and a couple of tenths a second away from Ariel at the moment. Yellow flag under the hotel. Then we got Jinner out of the final turn. Jinner is invalidating his time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry. So we'll keep an eye on Jinner's progress. What about the champion? hammer time then out of the final turn, and hammer time is fast as well, and he does hammer in a time which is very impressive indeed. Lovely. Hammer time is on soft tires though, so that you got to keep that in mind, don't you, for this session. And here's Baguette. She's invalidated her time as well, so I think she's found a shortcut so much that she has to go around again. Smooth Almighty down the bottom of the hill. Then we got a Haas. I think it's J-Dog he's the first driver around this. So let's go on board the Haas driver as well then, as he is now into the final couple of corners as well then for J-Dog, as he flicks it in then to the technical part of the circuit here in Abu Dhabi. As I mentioned on the last 3 streams, and you're probably going to be fed up with this then, but of course we are on the old configuration of the circuit, not the new one. We still got 21 turns around here, not 16 like the new track, but I'm looking forward to tackling the new track. They are little modifications there, but it does look like the track is a lot more fun to drive, I would say. J-Dog out of the final turn, but he is backing right off then, as he does not want to set a time, and unfortunately he's backed off so much we can't even see him, or maybe he's going quick, we can't even see him come across the line, but there he is. 5th fastest on there, but that is not his true pace in that car. Jenna then, who is at final turn as well. Yellow flag is one of the Haas cars of Alr Knight getting well out of the way there. Alr Knight doing a great job of getting out of the way, goodness me. Now into the final turn there for Jenna in car number 2 then. I think that Jenna has a bit like Ariel really. He's so quick in qualifying, Jenna is there. But unfortunately, and the race as well, if the races were just half distance, 25%, I think that Jenna would probably be in the top 3 in the championship, or maybe definitely, certainly in the like the top 5 or 6. He is supreme in the first stage of the race then, but unfortunately it just seems to go right, maybe when safety cars come out and things like that, which just seems to just cost Jenna a lot of points this season. I'll say a couple of points, a lot of points this season there for Jenna. Baguette goes 7 fastest there on the soft tires, but I think that Baguette is just sandbagging at the moment, and this is a perfect place to sandbag because there's a lot of sand around, isn't there? As it's the Haas team. I think we're doing a bit of slipstream in there. Well, I don't think. Well, I think the Ferrari team there is no slipstreaming going on there. Well, I don't think there is anyway. Well, there probably isn't in the bronze camp. Then, as I think that it's going to be very sore in that Ferrari team after what transpired last night. Then, as Roscoe and Theo came the blows at this turn here. That damaged Theo's front wing, and that effectively ended Theo's charge. And Roscoe, it wasn't enough then to clinch the constructors' championship there. And my goodness me, both of them they just seem to they made a bit of a mess of it, Ferrari, didn't they? We haven't said that. I'm the first time we haven't said that, not in ALR terms, I mean in the real world Formula 1, but lessons learned then. But however, that is a major blow, isn't it? But Aston Martin have been supreme at it, because is Gunnar and Joseph, and with the final 2 drivers in Aston Martin, we cannot forget how the final turns right, and across the line there, Iron Knight goes into a solid 3rd position there. So Iron Knight is in 3rd. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, goodness me, he has spun the car there. And car 66 then is he did well actually, steering to the slide there. Otherwise, he could have gone off in a hefty impact then. Duncan Dave then on medium tires and out of the chicane, then turn 8 and 9 chicane, and blasting down at the back straights as well, and into the big stop of 11 and 12. And he's gone purple in the 2nd intermediate split time. Of course, we will be going for pole position in the not too distant future here in Airline. It's the final qualification. It's winding down here tonight, isn't it? We've got more yellow flags then. One of the AlphaTauri cars just getting out of the way then. And I'm so impressed by that for Doug Dave, because I thought he was going to shoot the corner by miles. That is why these drivers are one of the top best, and they just know how to slow the car down impressively well, don't they? As oh goodness me, fantastic indeed. Then Doug Dave had the final turn. I got it here. And across the line it goes. He's so fast as Duncan Davis on the medium tires. Well, I think the strategy has been up in the air over the course of the last few days, so it's been absolutely brilliant to watch, to say at least. Sir Dave's starting us up. We'll keep an eye on Sir Dave later on then. The strategy has been great. I think that this race strategy has been probably the most exciting it's been all season, hasn't it, really? Because we have had 2 stoppers, we've had 1 stopper. Remember on Sunday night, it was a 1 stopper for Percy, who somehow carried those medium tire, such a long way into the race there. Twinkle toes was Percy on Sunday. Brilliant stuff indeed. And of course, he won the race as well. We had 2 stoppages as well. We had safety cars galore. And last night, I was convinced that the safety cars on Shatter's car was going to fall off the cliff. They did anything but there. And it was absolutely testament now. And congratulations to Shatters as well. I hope I didn't do him a just service last night, Shadows, because of course the Constructors Championship was so entwined there, was so tense in the Constructors Championship. We almost forgot that Shadows won the Grand Prix. How could we forget that Shadows won the Grand Prix? It was a supreme drive indeed there for Shadows there. Absolutely mega 70, he deserved that as well. And Shadows, I think, proud himself on the 5th in the championship in the end. That's how tight it was in the Bronze Championship. Across the line, Kaz goes 10th fastest. He is on the cusp there. He's teetering on the cusp then. Here's Sir Dave as he wrestles the car as well. Sir Dave and oh goodness me, getting a bit of squirrely on the road rear posterior there, and there's a lot of posterior on Dave's rear. And here he is then into 20 and 21 as well, and flicking out the turn 21 turn 21 turn, that will do. Across the line, and Sir Dave in 10th fastest in the Alpine car. Of course, unfortunately, Alpine will. Scooby Stew is gone straight off then, and that is not good at all for Scooby Stew. Where's Sir Dave? He's unfortunately gone past the instant there. It's a 1-2 for the AlphaTauri at the moment there. It's Hammer Time fastest there with Ariel second fastest. And I think Scooby Stew's crashed in the tunnel. He has crashed in the tunnel, you know, in the pit exit there. And Scooby Stew, his final qualifying session here in Alr in Cobalt is kind of gone a bit, it's gone a bit wrong, hasn't it? Plot twist, Scooby Stew is Liam, and Liam is Scooby Stew for one night only there. Is Liam there giving him serious expression, the old eyes there. Oh, my word there. Baguette back out on circuit right. She's on medium tyres now, Baguette is there. As we got Winnie going. That's a fantastic lap there from Winnie. My goodness me, that's really grabbed the headlines in the Red Bull camp. Brilliant. Well done indeed there for Winnie. Really magnificent stuff there. I'm going to have to go and see a barber soon because I've got hair going all over myself. But however, that's not going to happen this year because yes, it's of course Christmas. And just a quick note on Christmas. Christmas is coming up very soon. I'm sure that you're all ready, like me. Oh goodness me, I'm allergic to lying. But yeah, Christmas is coming up very soon, and I hope you all have a lovely Christmas indeed. Then, because I'm probably going to forget. On saying that when I when at the end of this stream tonight then. But yes, happy Christmas, and we'll have a happy new year as well. Of course, Hyperdrive is a beginning of a new era in 2022, of course. But yes, happy Christmas, have a lovely new year. I hope you're spending it all with your friends and family as well then. And I hope you can as well, albeit we do there's a lot of rumblings going on in the old Boris residence, isn't it? But whatever the case may be, stay safe, and well, I hope to have you all along for the ride next season as well. Then because of course I need you to keep me company for Division 1 and Division 7. There, J Dog then, who's on a quick lap in the medium tired Haas car. We got Scooby Stew. Not true. You will see. Nah, that's right. That's all right. I was replying. Oh goodness me. As don't text and drive. Liam is saying that. Unfortunately, that is definitely a case there. Unfortunately, Scooby Stew, I hope he wasn't texting and driving. That might be the reason why he's in the wall. Across the line goes J-Dog, who's third fastest. Baguette going for another time run as well. Baguette has not set a serious time yet, though, so let's see what Baguette can do in the Aston Martin car. Craigar is on the lap, then Jitter is on the lap at the back end of the circuit. Duncan Dave is just coming down the second of the two long straight set. Cheers, Mushroom. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, indeed, then. I hope you have a lovely Christmas indeed. It feels very weird commentating on the ALR, which is 3 days ago. This season is finished. I think this is the latest season in ALR history, I'm sure it is, because I'm sure we had a week or two break last season. Oh, goodness me, I can't remember it being so this close to Christmas. Or maybe I'm just a bit more nervous than the usual, perhaps because I haven't started. Across the line goes Jinner, and he is fourth fastest. That is a lie. I have started Christmas there because I've got an excellent shower curtain. I've got an excellent shower curtain, by the way, for me nephew. Then, which I'm really looking forward for him opening. Well, my nephew and sister is brilliant. It's a Velociraptor, and he's just like he's got a Velociraptor just peeking behind the shower curtain. It's fantastic. I'm sure that you're all very intrigued about that. I'm sure you are. We've got Craigar, who's just over the curb set. Craigar currently out of qualifying at the moment, as is Baguette. Sir Dave is out of qualifying. I think he's been caught napping, Sir Dave has there. Needs to put that newspaper down. We have got Kaz, who's also out on circle as well. And Baguette goes 12th fast. That's a very good attempt there for Baguette. However, close but no cigar, unfortunately, for Baguette. Of course, do not smoke cigars in because they're bad for you. Ariel's out of qualifying, but he is fast. They are fast in qualifying number 2 then. It's a statement of intent for the AlphaTauri. Craig R is through into qualifying 3. As it stands at the moment, I think that might be the end of qualifying as well. Duncan Dave is the big scalp here that is out of qualifying. Good grief there. Duncan Dave 11th then. And that has not gone according to plan at all. With Baguette in 12th position, Sir Dave 13th, Kaz in 14th, Scooby Stew crashed in the pits there, unfortunately, for texting and driving there. So that's a bit unfortunate there for Scooby Stew. I blame his brother Liam because Liam there did grass him up there. We've just got Kaz there who is damaged his Ferrari there, so I think he didn't get a proper bite to the cherry, did he, unfortunately, in this qualifying session there. We are now rolling on into qualifying 3. This is the third and final qualifying session of Cobalt, and it's also the final qualifying session of 2021. I can't believe we're going into 2022. Goodness me, it does feel very futuristic now, doesn't it, with the with all the year numbers being in the 20s. My good. I'll still be writing 2021, or I was actually still writing 2020 a couple of weeks ago, so there we go. I'm still, goodness me, I'm so far behind at the moment. I just don't know what I'm doing myself. So that's the end of qualifying. As the drivers then are just prepping and ready to go then for qualifying 3. Baguette comes into the pits. And we had I think wasn't it Finger that went into the barrier there last night? And of course Finger had a cracking debut. He really did indeed then, and we had a lot of good debuts last night, but Finger, brilliant stuff indeed. Finger, by the way, I found out afterwards that it's actually Fluffy Muff who comments on the streams there, so good stuff indeed there. And I got to say, that guy certainly knows how to name his accounts there. It's a big thumbs up from me, I love it. Right, Dennis, we're just as the track then, it's not so empty then, so we've got a Mercedes, we've got a McLaren, and we've got a Ferrari who's lapping around at the moment. This gives me a great opportunity to catch up with the comments. Sir, I know serious mushroom there. Mushroom is saying then, but Duncan Dave hates me for making that name up. Yes, I think that's your fault, serious mushroom there, because I was calling him Dukanko. Was it Dukanko? I don't know really. But I think Duncan Dave probably sounds a lot better, to be fair, doesn't it? It's much better. All right, Kaz out of qualifying, unfortunately, then, but he starts 14th on the grid then. Kaz does, of course, go. So that's a very good effort indeed then. So there it is then. Out of qualifying is these 5 drivers. Scooby Stew crashed for texting. Kaz out of qualifying. I think he damaged his car, so he didn't get a good opportunity there. Sir Dave was, I think, was caught napping there, probably. He's in 13th position. 12th position, Baguette. That's a good attempt on the medium tires. Duncan Dave, who was also out of qualifying as well. I'm not sure what happened to Duncan Dave then. Maybe he thought he's through, but he's not. And he's out. We got a mixture of softs and medium tires then, and that's why it's been such a good race week, hasn't it there? Because no driver knows anything about the strategy, I would hazard a guess then, or not all the drivers are going for the same strategy, which I absolutely love. Good stuff indeed. Oh, Lewis G, hoping for a birthday podium today. Happy birthday, Lewis G. Yes, I hope you have a cracking day, and I do hope you get a podium as well. I shouldn't be biased then, but I certainly am when it comes to birthdays. And so good stuff indeed there, Lewis G. I hope you do have a great birthday. Absolutely great stuff indeed. Yeah, and Serious Rush, and Ross is your twin, and your twins with Ross. Oh, so it's Ross G's birthday as well. So happy birthday to Ross and Lewis G. I hope you both have a cracking day, whatever you've been doing then as well. Albeit, I hope you haven't been outside for too long because it's very brisk out there at the moment. Goodness gracious me! I was only out there for a minute then. I sneezed, and goodness me, it was actually in the air. Right, out of of course it's in the air then because you sneezed, didn't you? Right, and there's Jenna coming out onto the onto pit road as well. Goodness me, I'm also over at the other side of the pond as well. Here is Jenna then, and there he goes, taking a leisurely exit out of the pit lane. It is a unique pit lane around here. Of course, it goes under the circuit and out onto the track as well. I've been thinking actually, dangerous thing to say, or a dangerous thing to do from my point of view. But yeah, turn two, turn two has been quite a precarious turn this year, hasn't it? It was usually turn three that is the problem, but tonight and last night, the night before, and the night before that, it was usually turn three, but turn two has been the problem this year, hasn't it? Good grief, it has indeed. Jenna there, who's just on an out at the moment. We got 5-6 cars out on circuit at the moment. I'm expecting the 410, I hope. I'm going for pole position then. Currently, Brooksy's on a pole position. Well, he's been on pole position 6 times this season. Starbus is not here tonight, unfortunately. Then, Brooksy has won the pole award of the season with 6 pole positions. Congratulations to Brooksy. He is a qualifying specialist, isn't he? Brooksy is 2 pole positions for Doug Day, but he is not in qualifying. Paris is not in qualifying either then. He is also on 2 pole positions there. Hammer Time, can he get a 2nd pole position this season? He's only had 1 this season, Hammer Time. Hasn't he? Goodness me, he's been much more of a race driver, been a racing driver, hasn't he? Rather than a qualifier. Iron Knight's on a pole position as well. The other poles there's at Senna and Florian also on a pole position. Congratulations to Florian, who won his first Grand Prix of his ALR career in silver on Monday night as well, which was shameful behaviour by me because I forgot his name on the last night on the stream then. So yes, that was absolutely appalling. What do I do? Commentator? Am I? No, not really. I'm just a narrator. Poor narrator manship then. Is that, oh goodness me, Jenner is fighting that car through turn 3 and 2. That's incredible there. As Jenner is very much hacksawed away there, isn't he? My word, they said like playing a game of bop it there, wasn't he? Fantastic. Oh no, but that's too much there. He has spun the car, taking too much curve, and the barrier then it doesn't stick out there too much, does it? But unfortunately, Jenner, that lap is done, isn't it? It's unfortunately gone into the bin there, and he is done then. We have got Hammer Tom, who's trying to get as much slipstream as he possibly can then. I think Fernando Alonso did that one year in the Ferrari, didn't he? And he almost, I think he was trying to steal the slipstream in one of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Was it 2013, when he was trying to come back through the field after that DRS issue? Or was it 20? I can't remember. I think it was, no, was it? Because I think it was during a night race. So it might have been 2014, actually. I can't remember, goodness me. But I'm sure it's sometime. Or maybe I've just dreamt it up, I don't know that. Surely D-Mac is a good shout for tonight too. And D-Mac has now won a Grand Prix, has he? And D-Mac has also now won a Grand Prix in ALR history even then, so can he do it as well? We've had 2 new Grand Prix winners in Abu Dhabi this week then, of course. So we had Florian on Monday. Last night we had Shatters as well. Can we do 3 for 3 then? Of course, Percy, a newish Grand Prix winner as well, going for his 3rd Grand Prix win of his career on Monday night as well then. So we're going to have 3 for 3. Well, Hammertown goes across the line then and is really starting the event off strong then. Smithy Almighty, 2nd position at the moment. Aston Martin of Jenner is going for another body chair now. D-Mac across the line, and let's see what D-Mac can do. He's currently in the 36.2s at the moment, D-Mac is. What about Craigar? The final turn then for Craigar in the Mercedes. He is full fast, and as he crosses the line, Ariel is on circuit, but he's invalidated his time, Ariel's. And what about Lewis G? Happy birthday to Lewis G as well. Lovely helmet design as well, loving it. The final turn then, and he is coming in to the final couple of corners as well. There's 20. What about 21 then? He needs to give in track limits. He doesn't want to cut the corner. You are beautifully done there from Lewis G across the line. 2nd fastest, only the 2nd driver into the 35s, and Hammer Time is fantastic tonight there, isn't he? He's always fantastic, isn't he, Hammer Time? But I've got to say, he's really elevated himself tonight, because usually in qualifying, he's usually beyond the 8 ball, is he? That's one of his Achilles heel. I remember a lot of the ALR greats said have always had a chink in their armour, and that chink has usually been qualifying. Remember when Emerson first debuted? Qualifying was not his strong suit. However, he's now got 22 pole positions to his name. Granted, he was never a driver that wasn't very good on the old qualifying laps, but my goodness me, he's a fantastic race driver and also a fantastic also fantastic with the strategy as well. Of course, I think you mad, bro. He didn't have many pole positions, did he, in his championship winning campaign in Cobalt? However, race trim, he was absolutely brilliant. I don't think Dylan had many pole positions in his bronze. Jenner has gone wide there, almost went into the barrier of 19, but that is too wide there. And Jenner, I think, is a bit frustrated then, as we got Smith and White going 2nd faster. D-Mac has invalidated his time as well, unfortunately. J-Dog's out on circuit. We're just watching Ariel for the minute and going around the harbour, around the boats in the harbour as well. around the harbour as well, and now he's coming in to the final couple of turns as well. Let's see then what Ariel can do then. He's currently, it's been AlphaTauri really been the monopoly at the top of the timesheets out of the final turn. Look at the sparks going on, and he's on pole position by 35 flat there. Ariel's been very impressive, hasn't he, over the course of the week here, and he has been building up to this event, and I think that Ariel has been supreme, hasn't he? He's been unlucky in the race trim though, but tonight could be the night then. Great stuff then. Ariel fastest hammer time, second moment, as I mentioned, hammer time, the champion of Cobalt for season 2, is only had one pole position to his name this season. However, he has got 9 Grand Prix wins this season, hasn't he? Hammer time has. Here's J-Dog then out of the final turn as well. Hammer time's total career is 10 wins as well, because he only had one win last season, but that was in the Mexican Grand Prix, wasn't it? Great winning as well in J-Dog across the line. He is third fast as well, so he is the fastest non-AlphaTauri car at the moment, because it's a monopoly at the top there. AlphaTauri 1-2, J-Dog in third position, and magnificent stuff indeed. Serious Mushroom, Craig are on scrub tyres, I think. Good shout though, Serious Mushroom. See, that's what I need everyone in the comments there, because I didn't even think about that. Winnie currently on a outlap at the moment, so we're going to have a bit of a low, I think. Now, J-Dog's gone fast in the first section. I don't think we're on a low at all, are we? Because I think J-Dog's going for 2 bites of the cherry here. And is he going to use that car as a slipstream then? And he has elected not to there, because Winnie was going quite a decent speed down there, so I think he possibly could have and should have used the Winnie as a bit of a get up and go there, but J-Dog decided against it there because he may not have known what Winnie might have done there, of course, but I think Winnie there was just more concerned about getting his car prepared and ready to go. 400 a second up in the second split time as well, clouting the inside barrier, clouting the inside well with curb there. You don't want to do that too much though, because if you have too much curve, you're too greedy, you will spin the car. What Jenner did at turn 7, didn't he, unfortunately, which has cost him his first run there, and his second run he invalidated around turn 19, which is 2 turns away then. Ariel said he would get pole then. Serious Rush was saying, well, currently he's got pole, but this is about 3/10 of a second there. The gaps are quite big here tonight in Cobalt, and as J-Dog has abandoned his time coming to the pits with 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session now then. Dropping down to 80 kilometers an hour. Oh, where's Winnie going? He's over there. So Winnie taking a very extreme racing line to the wall there. And now he is in a turn 2. Hold on to your hats, everyone. Now in the free as well. That is perfect there for Winnie. Of course, he is on the new tyres. I believe Winnie is, as you can tell from the shine cone of those tyres there. Winnie into 4, 5, and 6, and 7. It is or something like that. I get my corners numbers so mixed up around here. Down the back straight as well, then Ferrari World is on the other side of that grandstand, but Winnie is the fastest driver on track right now, whilst the Ferrari World roller coaster is the fastest roller coaster in the world, or it was, wasn't it? I think Rita from Alton Towers was the fastest roller coaster in Britain, wasn't it? Am I right in saying that? Unfortunately, I was too scared to go on it really. Theme parks is not my idea of fun. Ginner's retired from the session. Oh, griefer! And that is not good at all there for Ginner. And Ginner's nightmare qualifying session's come to an end, and he's ripped off the front part of the car there. And that is Ginner done. That's the highest he's going to be is 8th. But I think that if Winnie and Iron Knight can set their times, then Ginner is only going to be 10th. Unfortunately, here is Winnie then just completing us up as well. Winnie there. I've been really singing praises for vintage there, but Winnie equally has been doing a good job for the Red Bull team this season, and Red Bull have elevated themselves up to 9th in the joint constructors, and they were 10th last season and 9th this season, so good stuff indeed there, and that is progress. Here's Winnie out of the final turn then, and let's see what Winnie can do across the grid. Hatchins, he goes 7th fastest. Good time indeed there for Winnie. He is becoming a very good qualifier, isn't he? Lewis G then on his birthday then 3/10 of a second up in the second split time as well, accelerating away then. Let's see then what Lewis G can do then. As you can see, the hotel then is sparkling pink at the moment. There's a beautiful scenes in that hotel then. Of course, if you want to get a good night's kip, I would say not to go in there. Not as you hear from hear from the commentators then in Abu Dhabi, and they seem very they seem to like to stay away from that hotel. Out the final turn then, and where does Lewis G go? He's third fast, improves by 3/10 of a second, or just under 3/10 of a second, when the Alfa Romeos is off the circuit and of Ariel. He's just trying to get out of the way, but it looks of things. Hammer Time is about to wind it up and let it go there. So we're going to stick with Hammer Time for the minute then. And here he is, and he is coming down the back straight. And oh, look at the sparks that come off that car. That's a very low Alpha Tauri, isn't it? And as goodness me, they might call him Flow Rider. As he can go as low as you can go. How low can you go? Down the back straight once again. Ariel saying, Ariel in the comments there as well. Then I think I've missed those comments there. So, oh no, and the Hammer Time is off the circuit there, as he has taken the Lewis Hamilton line there, hasn't he? So unfortunately, that's invalidation there for Hammer Time. So he is going to have to go around again then. Has he got enough in that car then to go for pole position? I think he has. Then I'm sure that there's something a bit more in that car as well. But there's also a bit more in the cars of Lewis and also in J-Dog as well. That J-Dog might be a bit beyond the 8 ball, but he is in the first. Oh, J-Dog is in the wall though, and that is out of qualifying. J-Dog is as well. There's only 3 drivers now going for pole position here in Abu Dhabi. Unfortunately for J-Dog, and now we're into 17 and 18 as well. Then for Lewis G, the checker flag is fallen for Smithy Almighty, for Craigar and Winnie. Iron Knight and D-Mac, Hammer Time and Ariel still out on circuit as well. And look how much of a wide berth Lewis G gives into turn 21. Accelerates out and across the grid, hatches, and Lewis G is 2/10 a second quicker than, and he is less than 100th of a second away from Hammer Time's time. But it's not enough, unfortunately. And Iron Knight there is off the circuit, and Iron Knight is, I think that's his time done and dust. So Iron Knight's going to be 10th on the grid there. Oh, goodness me, he's going to be disappointed out then. Here's Mac. 2/10 a second up. Mac is there. That is enough to get into 5th position. He needs to find another 2/10 a second, though, to get himself in front of Jade. Oh, and Iron Knight's just gone straight into the wall there. And Mac has invalidated his time there, so he's only going to be 6th on the grid, unfortunately, for Mac. So that is it. He is done and dusted there, Mac, and he found that 4/10 a second as well, and he would have been I missed that time, unfortunately, then, so he might have been in front there. Ariel's invalidated his time as well, but Ariel's on pole position then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final qualifying session now in ALR as well. I think this is his debut, isn't it, Ariel, in Cobalt, isn't it? No, it's not there. Goodness me, I need to sort myself out then. But this is his first pole position in ALR for Ariel on his second qualifying lap then. Great 7th there on his second qualifying, I should say, not his second qualifying lap. So congratulations to Ariel. Really well done indeed, and Alpha Tauri on a pole position then for this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Congratulations then to Ariel. Indeed, then there he is standing tall, Ariel is then, so he's going to be absolutely overjoyed with this result. Really good stuff indeed. Then Lewis G has left the session, unfortunately, so hopefully he can get back in soon now, and Craig R has left the session as well. Is everyone leaving the session, are they? I think they are. Have I got an invite? Oh, goodness me. Let me have a look. I have indeed, you know. So, oh, gosh, I've got to, okay. Well, to us, out of the 4 races, we've had to have a lobby restart on 3 of them. So that's not very good, is it, really, for this week in Abu Dhabi? Never mind, then. But let's get on with it, shall we? Oh, Liam, there we go. Liam, lobby restart at the end of the session, Sean. Thank you very much, Liam. I should read the comments more often, shouldn't I, really? Absolutely shocking behaviour by myself. Gordo saying a 35 flat, then a beautiful lap time. I gotta say that is it's absolutely, it's beautiful. It's music to the eyes, not music to the eyes, music to the ears. I don't really know, but there we go. Right, I'm going into the lobby. Troy, evening for one last time then, and we've also got Sean, lobby restart, Sean then. Lewis G, that was close then. Anyways, good luck to Cobalt, last ever ALR race. Come on, Ferrari. Thanks for the fresh tyres, Ariel saying, let's go. Indeed then. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. So 4 league races this week. We've had to restart the lobby 3 times there, which is pretty shocking, really. Hopefully we won't have to do that as much next season, because, yeah, as Ariel said then, so it's now is it an advantage for the top 10? Potentially, maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll find out anyway. Serious Rush, setups, and yes, indeed. Then make sure you've all got your setups on then. But of course, if you've got the stream on, whilst you're trying to race that, that's probably not the best thing to do, really, is it? Because you're trying to concentrate and you've got some ginger guy screaming in the background. I'm not sure if that's a good idea at all, really. But having said that, and Formula One thinking about getting rid of this tyre rule for qualifying too. I've heard some whispers here and there, but I'm not sure if that's good, if that's a definite thing or not for the new season. I'm not really too sure. I'm a bit on the fence, really, because it does add a dynamic, doesn't it, to qualifying and to potentially may hinder the top runners, maybe, but I don't know really. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. But hey ho, we'll see if that is going to be a thing in the new season. Of course, the new F1 season is upon us. I think it's about 80 odd days away, isn't it? Oh, I'm still counting down then. The new Formula One cars as well, which I completely forgot about that. Having said that, I was reading an article earlier from one of the journalists saying that it could potentially be a very 2014 era again there, where one team's going to be absolutely running away with it. I hope that's not the case then, because F1 2021 is one of the best seasons ever, isn't it? Of course, there was a controversial ending, really, wasn't it? However, whoever won the championship would have deserved it, really, and Max Verstappen has deserved it. He's been supreme all season. And to be fair, Lewis Hamilton did make mistakes there in Baku, for example, there, where he decided to turn brake magic on there and go straight on. And there was a couple of other times as well where he made a mistake or two as well. So I can't think of them off the top of my head because it was such a long and incredible season. There's so many things happened in the 2021 season. I can't remember half of them, but it just shows how great the season was then. So we've got 18 drivers in then for the final ALR session then in history. Hopefully this is going to be a cracking Grand Prix. I must say, if it's anything like bronze last night, I really need to get myself a cough sweet and make sure I have a full bottle of squash set at the ready. I'm going to make sure it's my favourite of black currant and apple. I didn't even know it had apple in it until I read the label, so that was a bit of a shock to me, but never mind. But yes, indeed, because I was absolutely parched by the end of the race last night. I must say, as soon as it was finished, I was laid down, and I think I was gone with the fairies. And I was absolutely shattered after that one. Hopefully, will it be as good? I want it to be as good as tonight. Don't I? I'm just being selfish, and oh goodness me, it will be. I reckon it will be good, won't it? As Starbus is in here. Hello, Starbus. And so Starbus is driving tonight. Hello, hello, hello. But he will be starting near the back of the field then. So Starburst, because he didn't take part in qualifying at Brooksy, still has the most pole positions in a single season. Congratulations to Brooksy, and he will be the all-time Cobalt pole sitter as well. So no one's taken that away from him. So congratulations indeed. Then Troy saying that nice pole then, as he's also saying good luck to Ariel as well then, because it was a cracking pole position there, wasn't it, from Ariel? A really impressive time indeed there. But as an AlphaTauri 1-2 then in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So we're counting down to the start of the final race of ALR. A bit emotional it is, and of course, ALR did start off with as the league name of HR Racing. I've never really known what the HR stood for, to be honest. You need to ask Dan Murphy, who was the founding father of ALR. But I never knew what it stood for before it transformed into ALR. But I think it was after the Canadian Grand Prix of that season. We've kept the name ever since then, but of course, and that was to evolve, and now we're evolving once again, and of course we are evolving into hyperdrive for next season, and looking forward to the challenges and trials and tribulations as well. And it will still be a relegation and promotion style leagues, and of course if you're in the top three you'll get promoted, if you're in the bottom three you'll get relegated, and of course unless of course you're in the top or the bottom divisions and all that kind of stuff. But Troy's saying ALR goated ALR is a goated name though. It wasn't me who came up with it, so it must have been a good name. I don't know who came up with it, to be honest. It was I think it was just a couple of admins having a bit of a chatter, really, wasn't it? But yes, goodness me, that was a very long time ago. On F1 2018, I think was it 2018? I think it was, wasn't it? Goodness me, we'll be going for 3 years and also he's saying that we'll be going for 3 years in March time of next year. That is absolutely crazy, isn't it? Of course, the most important thing is Oh, Serious Rush saying, turn your mic on in the lobby, Sean, and shout setups there. I'm in a party, so they cannot hear me, unfortunately. That's, otherwise, that would be quite horrific, wouldn't it? If I if I went into the into the game chat and just started to commentate over them, that would have been absolutely mightily bad then. Right then, we'll be going in just a jiffy as well. And thank you for holding on to everyone. This is going to be a cracking Grand Prix, and I think I'm going to be going into hibernation after tonight. Then, so yes, you won't see me until January. Oh gosh, January the 9th or something like that. I should know this, shouldn't I? Really, it'll be posted all over the old social media platforms and in the driver Discord as well. So it will be here, there, and everywhere. Thomas, I just need to let me get my calendar up then whilst we're waiting. How do I work this thing? Does it go forward? Can it go forward? It can indeed, you know. I think that I think that it's actually going to be is January the 10th, and it will be the start of the start of Hyperdrive. I'm sure that the driver draws will probably be on Sunday the 9th of January, something like that. Goodness me, that's only a couple of weeks away. Oh, I'm loving it. Wow. But yeah, then so that is, I think that's January the 10th, and it's going to be Division 7. I think. Do not quote me on that then, even though it's on stream now, and that's it. I can't unsay it. It's out there now for everyone to hear. We got 19 drivers in the lobby. We're hoping to get going in just a jiffy as well. Of course, if anyone wants to have a shout out, then just give us a wave as well. By the way, thank you to everyone that subscribed in the last few days or something like that. You really must want me to have a chocolate bar. I would say that I'm far from needing a chocolate bar. Perhaps it should have been the other way around then. If we did get 400 subscribers, I would not have eaten a chocolate bar. It should have been the way to go, shouldn't it, really? But there we go. So, unfortunately, my bout is going to be very unhappy with everyone that's subscribed lately. So I can't breathe out now, and I can't breathe out unless I go back to the gym, but that is not going to happen either. I enjoy life too much if anyone ever throws rude names at me, but I don't care. I love it. I love food. That's never going to change. Of course, you're here to enjoy life, aren't you? That is my excuse anyway. Hopefully we're going in just a jiffy then as well. And of course, it may be a longer night then. Of course, the live streams here tonight have been taking about 2 hours. So it's been very long races over the past couple of days or so, hasn't it? But I've enjoyed it. I hope you all have at home indeed. And of course, Formula One is our love, and yeah, very much so indeed. Then will the full draw be on YouTube? Troy is asking. It will be on both platforms. I have no doubt about that. It will be on Twitch, and it will also be on YouTube as well. Then, so indeed it will be. So yes, so keep an eye out for that. Kaz is hoping he's in the right lobby. Let's see if he's in the right lobby, Kaz. And so I can't see him. Yes, he is. There he is. Kaz is in the right lobby. You are indeed, my good sir. I'm also down the bottom as well. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so the full draw as well. Goodness me, there's going to be seven divisions being drawn. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet. Whether it's going to be videos, whether it's going to be cut in half, or if it's going to be a long stream, or maybe one division, maybe one video for one draw. I don't know, to be fair, but I'm just going to just go with the flow. Really, go with the flow. Setups, cars, as Serious Rush is saying for cars. As for one last time, then we have well, we're losing people again by the looks, and so we'll see how this one progresses. Then apologies about this, guys. Unfortunately, you got to hear me waffle on for all eternity as well. Then they've had a bit of a full storm in this one tonight, with that. But what would it be then of ended Formula One 2021 without a couple of lobby issues there? To be honest, though, what would you like to talk about? I think that with the last stream of ALR, Serious Motion did ask, what was your top 20 drivers? I think that's very unfair, to be honest, because I have no idea who my top 20 drivers are. Could I name me top 20? Well, I'm all alone, so there's no one here beside me at the moment. If I had an invite, I think I have. I have indeed, you know. This is the problem in having me notifications turned off, and I think I might have to go back to the dashboard. I think I need to go back to the dashboard, everyone, then. Yes, Ariel saying it's a new lobby, then, so we'll get there in just a minute, then. So I've been, this is my fault, because I said about Gurman there, having it easy this season in Cobalt, and unfortunately he's had to have 2 lobby restarts in a session. My grief there. But we'll get there in the end. Don't worry about that, folkies. We won't be long before we have action in Abu Dhabi, then, the final race of ALR's era, then, before before we transform into Hyperdrive as well. Then, as I'm hoping that I'm hyping up Hyperdrive, and I hope you're all excited for next season. I certainly am. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker indeed. And talking of crackers, I'm also looking forward to cracking open a cracker as well in a couple of days' time. Then, of course, as goodness me, we're going to be in 2022 in a couple of weeks. I am absolutely scared by that. My grief. Unfortunately, I've got 2 more days at work then, which is not great. I'd probably rather be at home. Rather be at home then, and I think by the sounds of it, I've got to go in next week as well. So I'm absolutely devastated by that one. So what am I going to do about it? I'm probably going to have a paddy, and then I'll go in anyway because I'm getting paid extra. So I suppose at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for, really, isn't it? Which is a shame. But yep, well, hopefully we'll be going in just a jiffy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for staying with me, and I'm glad that you're staying with me as well. As I'm surprised that none of you have turned off, to be honest, because I've been speaking absolute nonsense for the past, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. But well, as I said, then what would it be without a new lobby restart? I'm just thinking back on the history of ALR, and of course, it's our 6th season of ALR this year, isn't it? We've had 4 fantastic champions as well. Of course, Nigel was the first ever world champion in ALR when he beat Evil Hunter, didn't he, with 2 round with the final win, the second to last round in Abu Dhabi. Really good drive indeed. Then, of course, then we had F1 2019 then, where it was Granty who did a very good job in both those years in the Renault, then in the Williams cars. Granty was pretty intense. And that second year, he had 17 podiums, I think. Impressive stuff indeed. Then in season 4 and 5, it was F1 2020, and it was the dawn of Emerson there, who was in the Renault again then. Was in the Renault? I think he was in the Renault 2 seasons in a row, wasn't he? With Mr. Elite first, and they claimed the Constructors' Championship as well. Mr. Elite got third as well in that season. It just showed how incredible that team was, the duo was of Mr. Elite and Emerson. It was absolutely fine, wasn't it? And then of course last season as well, Emerson got 21 podiums out of 22 races. That is ridiculous, and I don't. Records are there to be broken. I don't think that record is ever going to be broken unless we go up to a couple more races. And goodness me, if we have any more, we're going to have 24 next season, by the way, which is the longest ever season of an ALR and at PBE's seasons. So it's going to be a slog next season, isn't it? This has been one of our shorter seasons, hasn't it? Only 20 races. The shortest ever season in ALR was 18 races back in the first season, where he cut it a bit short, so we can start a new season on time then in season number 2. And then of course this season as well, Gurman there, who I keep forgetting, but this is Gurman's only 2nd season in ALR Gold. Remember that Gurman propelled up the ranks as well. He went from bronze to where he finished 3rd in the championship. Then he went to silver, and that's where he won the championship. And then in gold, he came 5th in his first season. But then his 2nd season, 8 Grand Prix wins, or 9, I can't remember how many now, but 8 or 9 Grand Prix wins there, and really impressive stuff indeed there. And to go up against Emerson and beat Emerson, who statistically is ALR's Michael Schumacher at the moment, isn't he? He was dominant, wasn't he, last season? And for Gurman, he's basically our Fernando Alonso Gurman, isn't there? He's the new kid on the block there, and he's come in there, and he has really made the waves, hasn't he, in gold, and really good stuff indeed there. But as I said then earlier on the stream, then looking forward to next season, we got a lot of challengers going for Gurman's crown, 19 to be precise. It's going to be great indeed there. Looking forward to that one, and as we just count down to the final countdown, I think, to the Grand Prix here in Cobalt as well. Ayrton saying, glad to see so many of the Cobalt drivers improve from last season. Of course, Ayrton was the first ever admin of Cobalt. Unfortunately, you Cobalters drove him away then. And then in the season as well, Gurman, as I said, apart from tonight, Gurman's had it quite easy, hasn't he? Though? But unfortunately, he's had 2 lobby restarts, hasn't he? For 2 hours, I know why Ayrton decided not to do Cobalt this season. It's because he realised that Sir Dave was in this league, and yes, he knew that he was going to have a major headache on his hands. Of course, I do joke there. I think it's as I mentioned already, that the likes of I did give a list off, didn't I? Because those drivers I know, I do know a bit more personally. The drivers like Sir Dave, Booty, like Ayrton, have really come on song since they debuted in ALR. It's been really a privilege and a pleasure to watch as well. And as I mentioned, I can't remember if it was Smithy, Winnie, or J Dog, but all those drivers have really propelled up as well. well. ZGS, another driver who I think he's so quick, ZGS, is that, but he seems to have a bogey circuits, doesn't he? ZGS says. As now we get into the start of the race as well. Becca saying then ALR will always be the GOAT then. Yes, well, ALR, we hope that Hyperdrive will also be the GOAT as well then. I don't mean a mountain goat, I think a GOAT as in the greatest of all time then. The first ever greatest of all time on you was a guy called Chris Jericho, if anyone knows who he is, at a South High Five. We got Ayrton saying, I can't handle Big Dave. Don't think anyone can handle Big Dave, goodness me. As Dave, I think I started doing some history, started doing some research about how many penalties drivers had, and unfortunately Sir Dave was head and shoulders above everyone else. I didn't get to the end of my list, unfortunately, but Sir Dave has been in a lot of. He's our Mazepin of ALR on track anyway. He's actually a nice guy in real life, but we'll see. How this race goes as well. Then, yes. Yeah, there's going to be a cracking one as well. Thank you very much for sticking with us as well. I'm very sorry you had to listen to me talk absolute gibberish then for the last 10 minutes or so. As Gurman's had a few issues then. Gurman is not going to be very happy with me by the end of this, I think, as I said that he had an easy job this season, so he's going to be shaking his fists at me. Here we go then. And now then, as we get going, then we get going for the start of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Wow. I've just discovered that is not apple and blackcurrant. I think that's summer fruit. So I think I picked up the wrong bottle of squash then. So I am absolutely fuming now, as that has completely caught me unaware. We are now in the final countdown for the start of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix then, and the cars are lined up on the grid now, preparing themselves for the start. And we go for the formation lap around here. Let me get the tyres up then, and we'll be ready to get going then as well. And let me clear myself in, because this is going to be a cracking opening couple of laps. And AlphaTauri are 1-2 then. And I think this is quite fitting, actually, isn't it? Because AlphaTauri and the joint constructors, and I'm sure that AlphaTauri have won in all 3 of the 4 leagues this season. The only league they didn't win in, I don't think, is gold. I'm going to have to check that, but I'm sure that is the case then. We got pole position then for Ariel, who snatched it away from Hammer Time. Hammer Time's only been on pole position once then in his championship winning campaign, which I think is the joint lowest with someone else. But anyway, let's go for the grid. Soft tires then for AlphaTauri and for Hammer Time then. So let's see how that one does then. On the second row is Lewis G and the medium tires of J-Dog then. First position is Smith Almighty. He's on the soft tires. Not a long run down into turn one. Here comes Mac then. Return the Mac in 6th position on medium tires. Winnie on soft tires in 7th position. Craig R in 8th position on the medium compound tires. Jitter in 9th position in the Aston Martin in 9th position on soft tires. Iron Knight in 10th position, and there is the strategy. We are expecting a 2-stopper around here. However, drivers who are very kind on their tires will be able to extend it to a 1-stop. But whether the safety cars and all the other racing incidents and trials and tribulations that come at the drivers then may turn them into a 2-stopper or beyond then. Duncan Dave is on the medium tires. Baguette is on the medium tires as well. So all AlphaTauri row 6 then. We got Sir Dave in the 13th position there on the soft tires of the Alpine car. Kaz in 14th position there. Our favourite Canadian driver, that includes Lance Stroll in 14th position there. I was going to say Jacques Villeneuve. 15th position, it's a Scooby Steele on medium tires in the McLaren. Styles in 16th position on medium tires. Paris in 17th position in the Williams car. Here's Joy Layton in 17th position on soft tires. Starbust in 18th position on the soft tires. Crustier T in 19th position on the medium tires. Liam is only the 4th driver in ALR history to participate in all 4 leagues. And behind Young Lights, behind Goo Guna and behind Boki Volcano. 20 cars then are on the grid and are ready to get going for Abu Dhabi then. Hold your breath then. Watch the lights then. As Martin Brundle used to say, look but don't stare, when he was the lead commentator in 2011. And the lights are coming on one at a time. And there we are, pause, and we are racing. It is go! And it's a good start for Ariel. He's done the perfect start. Hammer Time is squeezing the Ferrari, and that has meant that Lewis G is bogged down. Lewis G has had a bit of a tap from J-Dog, and Lewis G has had an appalling start. He's dropped down 2 positions then, and just take a look at it all through. No, Iron Knight out of the race then, and Iron Knight and Starburst and Iron Knight have come together, and it's a humongous smash and the Haas of Iron Knight out of the race there, and all that waiting, and Iron Knight is going to be absolutely devastating. It's out of the Grand Prix. And we got a virtual safety car there. Dave has gone into the back of Duncan. Dave, oh goodness me, the 2 Daves have come to blows there. Oh dear, oh dear. And yeah, Brooksy. Well, I'm not sure, where's Brooksy gone? Oh my goodness me, we've lost a driver. I think the Brooksy was meant to be in this race, but I'm not sure if Brooksy decided not to race or what. But Iron Knight is out of the Grand Prix. Starbuster has got a wingless Aston Martin, and now it's not good at all for Starbuster. He's had a superb season this season, Starbuster has, and he'll be elevated to whatever league then. I'm not sure why Brooksy's left then. That's a shame there for Brooksy. He's had a very difficult season, Brooksy has. In qualifying trim, he's been second to no one, but in the race trim, he has been very unlucky, hasn't he, Brooksy has. And I'm very disappointed because I wanted to see what Brooksy could do then, because he is such an exciting driver. I really do enjoy watching Brooksy race there, but I'm devastated by that, and so I'm not sure why Brooksy's not participating. Right, back racing then. Ariel's waiting, so Dave has got a 5-second penalty then for going into the back of his namesake, Duncan Dave there. So goodness me, out of the final turn then. That one completed. The gap is 7/10 of a second, and the Alpha Towers already stretching their lead then almost a second and a half. Is this McLaren 98? Goodness me, we are going back in time here tonight. Of course, remember we had a bit of a hoo-ha, didn't we, in that Grand Prix in Australia, of course, when who's that then at the inside? That's Liam. Yeah, now up into oh no, I'm just I say that there's more hoo-ha because it's now a Hammer Time dropping down the order, and Hammer Time, oh my goodness me, as Paris is all over the show. Goodness me, I gotta say that's a Back to the Future kind of driving that from Paris. And his Hammer Time got damage. I don't think he's got damage, but his tires are going to be screaming hot. Scooby Stew and Starburst has come into the pit lane now. Oh my golly gosh there. And Paris, and hopefully that will sort itself out then. But he is jinking around quite heavily here. Oh my goodness me. But well, with Hammer Time exiting the show then, I think I got the wrong year actually. Sir Davis dropped down the order. I think I got the wrong year then. McLaren was 99 McLaren, not 98 then, because remember 99 the McLaren, both of them had engine problems, had failures, and both of them was out of the race then. However, I hope oh goodness me, Davis, I think I'm not sure what's going on. Winnie's off. Where's Winnie gone? Goodness me. Winnie is visiting the scenery here in Abu Dhabi. It's a beautiful place for tourism, but Winnie, get back on the circuit, my dear man. You got a race to go. You got a race to score some points then. He's coming back on the circuit then. Winnie has dropped down to the back of the field then. Lap 2 completed, 2.3 seconds the gap is now. Good grief there. He's taken almost another second out of J-Dog as well. Ariel is really on hot pursuit tonight there, isn't he? He's just getting his head down, and he's getting on with the job then after what's been a seriously disappointing. Hammer Time's in the pits then after a disappointing and tough week then. On board now with Mac then, who is right underneath the gearbox of J-Dog then. And J-Dog gets matched Ariel on the first intermediate split time. Hammer Time in the pits then. And of course Hammer Time then is changing the nose cone as well then. Of course the AlphaTauri have won the Constructors Championship. The Drivers Championship's also been won as well then. So and also the top 3 are also sorted as well. However, there is still a bit of pride on the line, isn't there? As Paris is alongside Sir David, and I think Paris's connection is stabilised now, which is good stuff indeed then. But he's going past Dave, who is never stable, but he's got past Sir Dave and now up into 9th position. Good stuff indeed then. Sir Dave is going to go for a lunge, not quite. Scooby Stew is off the circuit. He is out of the Grand Prix, and that is another virtual safety car. And that is J-Dog and Mac have just swapped position. I'm wondering if there was that move done before the virtual safety car. I think it was there, because Mac would have given the position back by now. But Scooby Stew is our second retirement then on lap 3. My goodness gracious me. Serious Russians impressed there with Paris's magic out there. They call him Dynamo. That reminds me, actually, I really need a Domino's. I don't know where that came from. We got Chad saying, come on Alfa Romeo, Serious Russia's got no deal. I think now it's just in... Ariel's got a drive-through penalty there. He was, oh my god. Well, after the opening couple of laps, that he was doing well. But yes, then the Alpha Terrier are looking strong here tonight, and it's all gone to pot after only 4 laps. And one's gone down to 17th position, and the other one is now got a drive-through penalty. And Sir Dave is, oh dear, Sir Dave is around there. He needs to point the car in the right direction there. Yeah, I don't think he's damaged the car. He hasn't damaged the car. Sir Dave hasn't, but he needs to make sure he doesn't spin the car again. Into the pits comes Winnie, so that off as well for Winnie. Has damaged the car. Winnie is Ginner's down the is off the circuit as well. Good grief, what's going on with these drivers tonight then? It's he's lost the whole of the wing section there. The Aston Martin car as he's limping back into the he's going to have to come back in the pits there. He is on the soft tyre, so isn't he? So that's going to hurt his strategy, but it would not hurt his strategy as much as what it could have been then, as that J-Dog has got past oh gosh, that's a clout between Mac and it's that was Ariel there getting a bit squirrely on the old rear. And look at this and that Fraccar has now caused issues then for Mac then. He needs to get past it. He didn't get past it, and now here's Lewis G on his birthday. Can he win a Grand Prix on his birthday? And up the inside then, but Mac there, I think he was getting a squeeze out. And Lewis G going over the grass there, as Lewis G then didn't want to didn't want to give out that position there. Serious Russia, what's the drive through for? It's for the speed under the virtual safety car, so I think the virtual safety car is being called in. However, Ariel then, I think, got on the gas a bit too quickly, didn't he? And that is now really put the car amongst the pigeons then. Where is it? He's in the pits now then, so Ariel and Alpha Tari, who was leading this race then, but he's making hard work of this one, isn't he? As J-Dog leads the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And of course, remember Mark Webber back in 2009. Mark Webber, who was going for his first Grand Prix win in the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. He had a drive-through penalty, didn't he, with some robust defending off the start line against Barrichello. And Mark Webber had a drive-through penalty, came back and won that race out. Can Ariel do the same then? It's not all over yet for Ariel, but he's just dropping like a stone here at the moment then. Where is he coming out then? He's out in between. He's out in front of Liam, yeah, is he? Or he might be. He's very close indeed. That's Williams off. That's Paris off, and Paris has also lost as well. They're having major issues at turn 3 tonight. As Ariel. And who's that? Ariel's around then. Oh no, and Ariel spun the car. It's a nightmare for the Alpha Tari team. Into the pits comes Gin, and both Aston Martins have dropped down to the back of the field as well. Lewis G has taken the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What can J-Dog do then? He's running the gearbox as well. And now can he get past? Sir Davis got past Kaz as well. And J-Dog is back in the lead there. And look at this. This is what the DRS does here in this Grand Prix. Is swap again now. Uno and Uno. Go get some air into my lungs. 1 second. Lewis G is now in a second position there. Third is Mac then. Smith and White in a very solid third position at the moment, but he's all on his loads. Baguette then in a solid 10th position at the moment. Baguette, and this is the close battle on track between. Oh no! It's Lewis G is off the circuit. Lewis G is off the circuit there, and he is now top top. What is going on with these cars tonight there? I mentioned the 82 Monaco Grand Prix earlier on the week then. I think we're having the same one. No one wants to win this one tonight. Wow, incredible stuff indeed then. Lewis G is in the war. He's had a slipperoo and he's out of the race then. And Lewis G, who has unfortunately that has not been a very good birthday Grand Prix for Lewis G. He's out of the car, out of the race then. Into the pits comes Mac then. As we're going to have a safety car. It's off the circuit, but it's in the firing line. We're going to wait for race control to see what they deem this. It might be okay. I don't think it's going to be a safety car, but that's a wing change there for Mac then. Lewis G also out of the race as well. Then we're down to we're down to 17 cars in this Grand Prix. Paris also in the pits as well, and goodness gracious me, then there is so much action going on. The opening 6 laps here, it's absolute chaos out there. Winnie's now Winnie's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, and look, Crusher T has dropped down in 7th position. Crusher T's in 7th position. My grief, Crusher T is at the back of the field then at the start of this race. After 6 laps, he's moved out into 7th position. Stars 7 to 6. Grief, incredible. So J-Dog leads, and he's going for his 3rd Grand Prix win of his career in ALR, with Smithfield Mighty in 2nd, Craig R in 3rd position, Duncan Davis in 4th, with Liam Yan now in the 5th position, Stars in 6th, with Crusher T 7th, Baguette 8th, Ariel's moved himself back into 9th position, Sir Dave is in the top 10, outside the top 10 moment is Kaz 11th, Hammer Time in 12th position there, Hammer Time in 12th position there, as Kaz has got through and now up into, Hammer Time's through and backwards 11th position there, Hammer Time trying to come back through the field then, after he had a mishap earlier on in this Grand Prix. Yellow flag in sector 3. So Ariel's off again, and this is a nightmare race for Ariel, isn't it? He's got pole position, but he's dropping down the order now, and this is a nightmare race for the AlphaTauri team. Into the pits, there comes Smithfield Mike's there, and I'm wondering, it's an early stop then, but the soft tires then may have had their limit. They have indeed then, so the McLaren mechanic's going to work as a 2-stop strategy then for the McLaren team now. He's in and out, shake all about, and away he goes. Hammer Time will load the back of Sir David. Sir David is getting squirrely on then, and Hammer Time, goodness me, that I couldn't tell when Sir David started and when Hammer Time ended then. Good grief. And now Hammer Time has got past Sir Dave and moved himself up into 8th position. Sir David's 9th. Mac, oh my goodness me, and he is completely knocked Dave off the circuit. Oh, Dave almost clipped Smith Almighty. Wow, that was getting a bit hair and scare indeed then. My goodness me. I'm not sure if the door is open or not there. We didn't have a very good camera angle really, so I'm not sure if that door is open. As into the pits comes Ariel then to change those tires then, and unfortunately I think he's now to the he's on the hard tires now. Unfortunately I think the hard tires have never gone too well around here in the opening couple of races around here, but we'll see how this one goes. And Mac is on soft tires, and although the back of Hammer Time, Mac does have a tire advantage at the moment at this stage. And Hammer Time now, who was good in qualifying, however the race then has been a bit tough, hasn't it, for both AlphaTauris, and now Mac is up into 8th position, passes Hammer Time, and a job is a good one there. It's a good stuff indeed there for Mac, and away he goes then. So good stuff indeed there for Mac. Hammer Time is in 9th position then, and good stuff there, absolutely lovely. And we got Baguette, who's in 7th position, and Crusher T in 6th, and Crusher T has a penalty, so does Sir Dave, and Winnie also have penalties as well, with touch base on the penalties in the next 20 laps or so. My grief, and if I can ever find time there, because Hammer Time's got a penalty as well for his troubles in the so unfortunate for the champion. And Sarah's Russia, Dave, Lewis G. Why did Craig start on medium tires? As Mac is at the fast half of the race said. Sir Davis in the pit said. We're not. Is Craig changed his tires then when he should have been on the soft tires? Remember that happened to Gordo in the Italian Grand Prix, but of course it has happened, hasn't it, where drivers do accidentally forget to change those tires. So that may have happened to Craig R, but we're not going to do anything just yet. Maybe I can't remember what tires that Craig R is meant to start on, to be honest. We'll soon find out then, unless Lewis is complimenting on Craig's strategy choice. Sir Pressure is loving Sir Dave's antics there. So we're going into the turn 8 and 9 as well. Having said that, I've been giving Dave a lot of gyps by time like there, which I probably should stop them. But of course, I'm going to be racing Dave next season there, so this is my last chance there to give him a good old rip or two. But of course, I think that I'm going to be a bit fair to Dave on that, because I'm not sure if the gap was open or not then, where Mac just forced his way through, or if Dave was just a bit slower on that one. But so that remains to be seen in that case then. So I'm going to give Dave the benefit of the doubt, and we'll be away as well. And qualified on soft tires, and Lewis G did. Joe's got a pass, and Lewis G has also so did Mac as well. Oh goodness me then. So that's interesting of the J-Dog in the pits, and these pit stops are a lot earlier than what I'm expecting. However, the track conditions may have changed, and the track conditions may be a bit hotter. I know this race is on in the evening, however, it does Oh no, because J-Dog has got a nose change on the Haas car, and Craigar takes the lead in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Liam Yes up into third position there. Duncan Dave is in second position there, so the Haas mechanics have to change the nose cone. And J-Dog is on that soft tires, and so going for a blitz in the second phase of the race as well. So if any drivers that started on the wrong tires will be investigated after the race. So Gurman is going to take it's going to have none of that shenanigans, is he there? But of course, so that will be investigated after the race if any drivers are deemed to have qualified in the top 10 and change tires. Of course, as Paris going on the inside, not quite then, as just Ariel just about repels the attack. Then Maku yellow flag is one of the Aston Martins. So Jenner is off the circuit there. And he's lost the wing section there, and goodness me though, they're doing a good job though, just to not crash and retire from the race there. Fantastic stuff. Baguette, she cannot defend there from the soft shod Mac here, and Baguette is now down into sixth position. Mac is up in fifth there. Lovely stuff indeed there. Paris then, who were on board with Paris now then, and right underneath the gearbox of Ariel, he had it look into turn one, that didn't work there, and now he's going through, passes Ariel, and now up into 13th position there. Good overtake indeed there, and away he goes, and as they accelerate over the curbs, Cressler T right underneath the gearbox of Smith Mighty, but Smith Mighty is on new medium tires, and so he is now going to try and get away as quickly as possible here, and let's see what he can do there. Ariel is in at 14th position, and he is on the hard tires, Ariel, and we'll see how this one goes at J-Dog as Crusher T comes to the pits after 8 laps on the medium tires, and J-Dog is now on the soft tires, so let's see what J-Dog can do then. Some qualifying laps then is now in order, and let's see what he can do going forward. And Hammer Time is now running underneath the gearbox of Baguette here, as Kaz also in the pits. About 10 out of 28 here in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Pit stops for Crusher T and Kaz at the moment. We'll see how that one plays out. Then we've got Baguette then, who is defending. We've got yellow flag in 3. Not sure what's happening in 3 then, but now Hammer Time is through past Baguette. Baguette is staying on those medium tires for now, isn't she? As almost going into the back of Hammer Time there. Shido is the longest driver on the hard tires, apart from the top 4, which is Styles, Liam, Duncan, Dave, and Craig R. is in the race at the moment, but the gap is coming down. It's now down to 1.8 seconds, and the gap between the front 2 cars here. We'll see how this one plays out. J-Dog on the inside there, Smithy Almighty, who didn't defend that one too hard, did he there for Smithy Almighty? And J-Dog is away, and off he goes then. So I think that J-Dog was thinking maybe doing the Paul de Resta tax there. Remember Paul de Resta, who I think was it 2012 Singapore, he didn't fight anyone, Paul de Resta didn't, and then he came home to finish in a very superb 4th position, didn't he? Really good stuff indeed there for Paul de Resta, and because those tyres were absolutely falling to pieces, and I think that Smith Almighty has found that out as well, and he's on the medium tyres. He wants to go a long way on these medium tyres, doesn't he, Smith Almighty? Out of the pits now comes Craig. J-Dog is set to fast out race, and our current leader then, medium tires again. So that to us is showing us that Craig R is going to be on a 2-stopper now as he comes out of the pit lane, and away he goes then on board with J-Dog then. Baguette then 10 laps on the medium tires then. Where's Craig R going to come out? He's out in front of Starbust, who is in 10th position at this moment in time. Look how much J-Dog going to push on these soft tires then. It's on the second lap on the soft set. Sir Mushroom is saying that Liam is going to ruin someone's Christmas set, and whether and who is it going to be then? What Duncan Davis on a superb race so far, as J-Dog has got past Baguette and moved up in 6th position. Baguette has done really well in Cobalt. I'm going to tip my hat off, but I don't have my hat, but if I did I would tip it off. I think she's done a superb job in Cobalt, because she is Paige is on 44 points and 8 starts for Baguette. She has scored in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races in 8 starts set, and she's only retired in 2 of them, so I think that is very good hustle there for Baguette. And I've been talking about how the drivers have elevated themselves over the course of the years. Well, Baguette has elevated herself over the past 8 races or so then, since making her debut in Cobalt back in was it Hungary? It was Hungary, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Hungary then. I didn't cheat and looked at my spreadsheet, I swear. We got a great battle between Kaz and Winnie. Where? Oh, there is Kaz, and look, Sir Dave is also in on the action as well. Sir Dave is Sir Dave is taking the ball on with him now, as he may have to pay for that at the end of this one. As he goes across, he goes past Winnie, moves up into 14th position now. Winnie dropping down into 15th, but Sir Dave has got a new set of tires. Stars in the pits then, as Baguette then is now got Smithy Almighty to contend with. However, Baguette is not concerned by this, as this is not a race at the moment. It's Smithy Almighty. Baguette are going to be, I think, driving a very sensible Grand Prix at the moment. Both drivers doing a supreme job then, but yeah, hats off to Baguette as well then in the last. Oh, I broke the bed. Sir Dave is out of the race then, and oh goodness me, and where's he gone? And oh goodness me, where is he? Oh, he's gone off in, he's out of the race, and he's a safety car now for Sir Dave in his final Cobalt race before we become hyperdrive for next season. And unfortunately though for Sir Dave, he is out of the race and he has caused the first safety car. I think he got on the I think he's done a Mark Webber, hasn't he? I think he's got on the curb. Someone else did that, didn't they, in qualifying? Wasn't it in gold or something potentially? Baguette has done great in all of ALR. She has indeed, but I think that because she did really good in silver as well, didn't she, in one of the races? But I think in Kobo, it's really been very much the cut of her jib. It's been fantastic, hasn't it, for Baguette? Really good stuff indeed. And yes, indeed, I'm in a very old now, so if I'm not going to be moving for the rest of this stream because I'm going to be concerned I'm going to fall through it, as maybe that is a sign that perhaps I should probably clear off the chocolate. As I was talking about earlier. Right, so safety car's out then. Who's going to come in the pits? It's surely, I think all the drivers aren't coming in the pits. It's a golden opportunity then. So Duncan Dave in the pits, Liam Ye in the pits as well. Also, we've got Mac who's on 5 laps on the soft tires in the pits. We're on lap 12. We haven't even got to half distance yet. It's the medium tires going to get to the end from here on in. It's going to be, I think that Duncan Dave and Liam might be able to do so and Baguette. But however, the problem is that they have to use 2 types of tires. So they're going to have to come in again, I think, then. But anyone else who has come in the pits and already used the soft tires, they might be able to go onto the medium tires in the race then. The hard tires are not working out too well for Ariel at the moment there. He hasn't really gone very far in this race. Baguette has rolled the dice there, and she is leading the Grand Prix. Craig R is on the medium tires. So he's going to be on the soft tires in this race, and so he's going to be like a raging bull, isn't he? There, maybe I should not say that. As of course, Mercedes also to the Red Bull team in the. Lost out to the Red Bull team in the Crusher T is spinning the safety car. That's a drive-through penalty. So Mercedes also the Red Bull team. Joe said had to drop by for the last ALR race in history. Joe said, but don't worry, Joseph. Oh no, Crusher T is had 2 drive-through penalties for Crusher T. I think it is, and he's in the wall. And oh, goodness me, and I think that is a bit of frustration on Crusher T's mind at the moment there, but he is out of, well, he's not in the race yet then, but he's got 2 drive-through penalties there for Crusher T. You have to adhere to the Delta and the safety car. If there's a problem with the Delta, then that's a very hard luck then, but he's gonna be kicking himself at Crusher T. He's had a superb start to this race set, but that has just not got too well at all. Baguette leads the Grand Prix. Serious must say sound like a spine slapping shoulder. Shall I call someone? 999 then. No, I should be okay. It wasn't my spine, it was me bed, unfortunately. Maybe I should just use a mattress from now on because yeah, I fix it every week and every week I break it, so maybe I'm just getting a bit heavier in my old age then. It can't be me, it must be the bed getting weaker. Right, as the safety car's out of the moment, Baguette leads us around then. I'm surprised that Baguette didn't come in the pits then. However, I think that she's going for a one-stop strategy. So I was trying to say temper, Chris, yeah. As I think that was quite, I think that was a bit of a rage there from the T, wasn't it? Alpine there, who unfortunately going to be finishing 10th in the Constructors' Championship, which is a shame, in their first season. Of course, the Alpine team came from the ashes of the Renault team. Well, they're basically the Renault team. They're still the Enstone outfit, and the Alpine team. Baguette is in the pits now, so Baguette is giving up track position here, so that she can extend the stint there. What tire is she going to go on at half distance there? Of course, you would go on medium tires again then, surely, but you can't do that. You have to use 2 types of tires, and it is the soft tires for Baguette then. So she is now, there she goes. So she's now using 2 types of tires, and I'm wondering if she may come in the pits, and if the safety car start at the end of this, I'll be going mediums again then until the end of the race then. We'll see how this one plays out then, but she has sacrificed track position there. Christian T is retired in the pits again, and I'm not sure If that is that is a lot of times in a row Cressler is retired in the pits, and I'm sure he's retired in the pits in the last 3 or 4 Grand Prix Cressler T has there. So that's a bit unfortunate. But get out on the out on soft tyres there. But get out on soft tyres in at 10th position. And soft tyres also for Winnie as well. Soft tyres for Duncan, Dave, and Liam. Yeah, but Craig R leads the Grand Prix on the medium tyres, and he is going to be on soft at the end of this one. Duncan Liam for the win then. Joseph was saying that at the moment, Duncan Dave has never won a Grand Prix. He was close in Canada, but unfortunately him and his teammate Brooksy came to blows, didn't they? Goodness me, it's been a saga at teammates, hasn't it, really, over the course of the season. Styles and Baguette have overtaken each other then, which is not of the safety car course. Safety car is about neutralising the racetrack, isn't there, so that the marshals can clear up the mess, and the mess at this time is Sir Dave, as I think he's been told off the circuit now. Sir Dave has, and he has indeed. Then the safety car is in, both Alpines are out, Lewis G, Scooby Stew and Iron Knight all out of the Grand Prix. We got 15 cars remain on lap 14 out of 28 then, and we're in the final stages. We're in the twilight of the we're in the twilight of the ALR era now then, and it is going to be a very sad time then before we switch off, when we switch off for the final time before we become hyperdrive racing. We got Cyrus was saying, I tried that to ruin my race, but I did it on lap 1 then, but that's because the game kept giving me the wrong tires. Cyrus Mush was saying that. I'm really happy, not that Cyrus Mush, not that the game gave Cyrus Mush the wrong tires, because that would be very nice of me, but no, I'm very happy that Cyrus Mushrooms actually agree with my theory. I'm overjoyed with that, actually. I love it. Maybe there might be some successful moments. Craig Arden is about to get us going then here in Abu Dhabi as day is turned into night then, of course, literally and figuratively, of course, day, of course, the night time here in Abu Dhabi, of course, also the twilight of ALR as well. Craig R is now got to really defend, hasn't he? He's on the medium tyres, so the medium tyres are more durable out of the 2 tyre compounds at the front of the field, and Kaz is dropping down the order. He's repelling from Ariel, and Ariel's on the 13th position as well. Oh my, Craig R is off the circuit there, and Craig R is spun the car. The Grand Prix leader is now around there, and D-Mac has got a 3-second penalty. Hammer Time and Macklin are fighting for all the for the podium position here, and Craig R has thrown away the Grand Prix lead here. That is going to be heartbreak there from Craig R. And now that they're coming back at each other, and here is J-Dog. Then where is J-Dog? There he is, and there he goes, and he's got past Mac as well, and they're down into the big stop of 8 and 9, and it's J-Dog going to he has parked himself in front of Mac. Then good overtaking there from J-Dog. He's going for his first Grand Prix win if he can do it tonight then. However, there is Duncan Dave and Liam, who is very quick at this stage of proceedings as well. Paris has just got past Baguette and moved up into 9th position there. Willie's also got past Kaz and moved up into 13th position as well then. Sergio said, now you're right, a great one. Oh, I love it. Yep, by the way, that is definitely going, I'm going to get a plaque, I think, and I'm going to get a plaque, I think, and put down the date and time of, oh my goodness me, and that is never a good place to overtake. I think Rosberg in Carter Kane crashed there in 2012, but Carter Kane was breaking down, I think, and so Rosberg didn't react in time then, albeit he was so close behind the car, he couldn't react, could he, really? So it was a bit unfair of me to say that. Hammer Time's in the pits, and he's in the pits. Hammer Time he's on a difficult final race here. Big Dog, my favourite now, Serious Rush was saying, and is Hammer Time then, he was doing well, but now he's back in the pits. It's soft tyres as a nose cone change again for the AlphaTauri. It's a nightmare race for AlphaTauri, isn't it? They were so good in qualifying. Craig R is down in 14th position. Unfortunately, he's going to be very disappointed with this race at the moment. Craig R is, and let's see what Starburst can do as well. Starburst said, who is coming to the radar, but now he's up into 5th position there. Of course, Starburst said he's already got 3 wins to his season. Can he get 4th here tonight? And he's looking good for next season. Starburst is there. He was unlucky not to get promoted last season, but it's the Italian Grand Prix that really hurt his momentum, wasn't it? Because he was supreme in the opening couple of races of Cobalt last season now. So this season now, it was just natural, wasn't it, of Starbus? But I think he's done even better than a lot of people predict. He's been supreme. Paris has got past Styles and moved up into 7th position there. Paris also come back through the field as well. Styles is just now behind Paris. Mac is struggling. He's not got the pace on these medium compound tires there. Liam, yeah, all over the back of Duncan Dave in second and first position at the moment there. We've got Ariel, who is currently in ninth position there, right behind Styles as well. So Ariel's also trying to come back through the field as well. Hammer time is 13 seconds away there. Craig R is trying to get past Kaz as well. Here's the battle for the lead there between the Liam and Duncan Dave as they come over the grid hatches there. DRS has now been enabled there. Both tire fights are over in the championship. Joseph is saying yes they are, as Mac is lost out. Look at Starbus, he's on the outside, passes Mac, and he's only in fourth position there. Yes, both championships are over then. Yes indeed, then it's called Hammer Time is the World Drivers Champion. The Constructors Champion is Alpha Tauri then, so is Craig R. Having a look underneath the gearbox of Kaz. Oh no, Craig R, then he needs to keep himself composed, doesn't he? Oh my goodness me, like Kaz is having none of it there as they go down to the breaking point of 4 and 5. But yes, so Alpha Tauri, the Constructors Championship, Hammer Time the Drivers Championship. Liam takes the lead at the Cobalt Grand Prix here tonight. Ariel is now right underneath the gearbox of Styles, and Craig R has got past the Kaz, and or has he? Because they are very close together, but I think the Kaz has reached his VMAX speed there, hasn't he? And look at this, and we got all kinds of stuff going on here. Now we got Ariel got past Smithy Almighty. We got so much overtaken down that back, so I didn't know who to watch. Amazing stuff indeed there. Brilliant stuff. Serious Ritual was saying a great drive from Joseph last night. Absolutely superb. Oh my gosh, J-Dog was on the outside of Duncan Dave. Duncan Dave is struggling on these soft tires. J-Dog is on the, as Sirius Webb said, he's on the up and up at the moment. It's the J-Dog. It's fantastic stuff indeed. Yes, Joe's had a superb race last night, and of course, as I said then earlier on the broadcast, that's going to live long in the memory for me. It was absolutely superb stuff indeed there for Joseph, how he came back from adversity after the poor qualifying, and gave Aston Martin their first ever Constructors title in ALR Bronze. Really good stuff indeed. He also got second position in the Drivers' Championship, which the drivers may say it's not important, but I'm sure it is. It's all about pride, isn't it? Of course, Joseph would love to be the champion, but second is not too much to. It's never a bad thing at all in bronze, especially a very competitive bronze field as well. And Joseph, remember, was in Cobalt last season as well. It just shows of how incredible his rise to power has been here in ALR. Ariel's got through and up into seventh position. Smith, your mighty drum down straight, but he's now going back, and Ariel's trying to break the solution. Then J-Dog and Duncan Dave, and look at how close he's got there to the back end. And Ariel and Smith, your mighty, are going side by side. And Ariel's going to break much later, as he is, you know. But Smith, your mighty, the inside there. Is he going to? Oh, he's got to. Oh my goodness me! Smith Almighty has dropped down there, and I think that when he pulled out there, I think that Smith Almighty lost a lot of momentum there, and he's trying to come back out stars. And J-Dog has got a 3-second penalty. That's crucial. That Aston Martin and Starbus has got a conga line behind him at the moment, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me, as they are very much. Close to the back of each other. Great stuff indeed there. What is that? Oh my goodness, we're just in two cars close to each other. I think it was Mac in Paris. The two Williams cars there. Look, getting very friendly as well into the technical part there. Mac is struggling. I wonder if Mac's got some damage somewhere on that Williams car, because Mac is a quick driver. Remember last week in Australia when he made his debut? He really made waves, didn't he, in ALR? He is coming in the pits there, so there is problems for Mac's car, and that is a shame. As also in the pits is Ariel as well. Is this a strategy call, or is there problems for both drivers? And they're into the pits now. Liam leads by a second from J-Dog in second position then. And now then he's in the pits, and now he's going for me, and it's a new wing there. It's a new wing for Mac as well. Then the pace is really strong there. Hammer Time's now in the 12th position, and Liam leads the Grand Prix in the Mercedes then with J-Dog in second there. And just taking a look back down the field, and we're just on board with Jinner. Baguette is now starting to go on the ascendancy here. Is she going to get those soft tires at the end then? Because she did well on the medium tires earlier on this race. Keep an eye on that one then, because I don't really know. Good indeed, isn't it? That's how a race should be, as we should know what is going on, should we? And now down in. Oh, and that's a major error there from Smithy Almighty. And Stars got 3-second penalty. Smithy Almighty has missed his breaking point, and I think that is a crucial error from Smithy Almighty. Unfortunately, that's his race done and dusted unless there's another safety car. I think he was on course for maybe challenging for the podium positions on him with Starburst at Paris and J-Dog, but that is not the case anymore, so that is a major problem there for Smith Almighty. As Jenner has gone wide, has gone very wide down. He's really struggling now, and oh goodness me, Jenner just trying to get past. Oh, goodness me, Jenner, there is no time to hang about there for Jenner. Oh grief there. Baguette then, who is now on the back of Stars, but I think she's just dropping off the pace. But then J-Dog is back coming up behind at Liam at the moment. And as Sir Preston soft will last, I think that if Liam wins, can change his name in Discord to the Grinch. Lap 20 out of 28. Sorry, I had a bit of toothache there. I was just trying to get rid of it, I think, by poking it some more, so that's not good. Liam, leads the race, but he is now under the caution from J-Dog. J-Dog is going for his third Grand Prix of his career. Remember, he won in Baku, and then he won in Canada, in Montreal, Canada as well. Two superb races there, two completely different race circuits as well. But Liam Yedo is struggling. Oh my goodness me, what's going on here? And look, Starbus is now up into the first position. I reckon the soft tires have fallen off, because now, but Liam Yedo's going for the lead again. Then J-Dog and Liam Yedo fighting. It is one of Gold's finest midfield drivers against one of Cobalt's impressive elite drivers indeed. Then J-Dog potentially could have and should have been in the top 3 this season. However, of course, he had to have work, didn't he, on a couple of those races, and I think a couple of those races probably cost him a chance of the championship, maybe in the runner-up or third position in the championship. Oh my goodness me. Joseph's saying it's Baguette's time. Then, of course, Sarah Threshold was saying that Baguette doesn't get any penalties either. And at the moment, she's got no penalties in that 7th position. A very strong drive indeed. That out of the final turn, and 21 out of 28. Then Ariel's got a 3-second penalty. AlphaTauri, who was 1-2 at the start of the Grand Prix, they was on pole position. They was looking at the front row, and it's gone spectacularly wrong. Jenner is in the wall, and oh my gosh, that's a wing flying off and into the atmosphere there. Into the pits comes Hammer Time. It's a safety car, and Jenner's out of the race, so this is going to change the fabric of the Grand Prix. He's in the pit lane now, and the driver's on to take a base of action now to come in, and Ariel is staying out. It's only just coming in the pits. Ariel could be in a very good position here. Hammer Time back out of the pits. Well, he's got some new soft tires on that AlphaTauri, and we've also got Winnie out as well then, as Jenner's left the section, so that's such a shame there. And unfortunately, Jenner, he is so quick, but he does seem to have issues in the second half of the race, doesn't he? Mac out of the pits as well, and this is also a reprieve for Smithfield Mighty. We was talking about Smithfield Mighty may needed a safety car, and this has brought him back into play. Who is going to stay out here then? That is the question, as Liam is struggling to warm up those soft tires. As you can see there as we are now coming into the night sky here in Alr and in Abu Dhabi there. Come on, a big dog, then Sarah Splasher was saying, and of course there's a big dog that wants his second behind Liam. It's a great opportunity to have a look at the penalties. 3 seconds of penalties for J-Dog, 3 seconds of penalty for Styles, Hammer Time and Winnie overtaking each other. 6 seconds penalties then for Ariel, 3 seconds for Hammer Time, 3 seconds for Mac as well. Those are the drivers that have had penalties in this Grand Prix. I think that's pretty good actually, because we've had a lot of penalties over the course of the event here, over the events in the last 3 or 4 days, as Liam is coming in to the pits, and so is J-Dog as well. Unfortunately, I think that this is advantage Liam now, isn't it? Unfortunately for Liam, unfortunately for the rest of the drivers like J-Dog, Starburst and Duncan Dave, it's because I think that those medium tires would have been quicker towards the end there, so the safety car is playing into the hands of the Grand Prix leader, but Powers is staying out there. J-Dog in the pits and on soft tires over the Haas car, and he is out of the pits now. We've also got Styles in the pits while Duncan Dave are on those soft tires, and who's going to win the Grand Prix? I have no earthly idea. It's fantastic, isn't it? Everyone is into the pits, and Craig are also in the pits as well, and he's starting on his marks then. Races race is turning on its head now. Sir, for saying it really has indeed changed the complexity of this Grand Prix, hasn't it? This late safety car. And Ariel, look at his head. As we said then, as we all mentioned then before when the safety car came in, that he was going to propel himself up, and he's on the race there with Styles. He's past Styles, you know. He's in 6th, Ariel is said. After a horrific Grand Prix, he could now be back in the box seats here. My golly gosh, then you can never tell what's going to happen in Grand Prix racing, can you? Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. I keep thinking that's a car, but there's a sign on the outside of turn 5. Into the pits comes Kazed in the Ferrari then. And Kazed, I think that he got a point last week, didn't he, Kazed, in the Australian Grand Prix after probably a horrific race indeed there. Fantastic for Kazed there, and that is and I think that I should have sung his praise a lot more on the stream last week. So very good stuff indeed there for Kaz. And anyone who does, and anyone who sticks with the racing after having a bit of a horror show, fantastic stuff indeed. The likes of Ariel, the likes of Hammer Time, the likes of Kaz, really good stuff indeed there. I tip my hat off to you. I wish I could say the same, but I'm a very bad loser. So yes, it's very impressive to stay in. Oh, and that's Hammer Time has gone to the back of Winnie, and it's a 5. Winnie's got Hammer Time's got a 5-second penalty. I wonder if Winnie there is. I'm not sure. He wasn't under a doubt that there was a miscommunication for Hammer Time and Winnie, and that is not good at all. Oh dear, and then that is bad indeed. Then is it for Hammer Time and Winnie? I'm not sure what happened there. I think that Winnie must have been trying to warm up those tires of his, but this and Hammer Time there, who is really having a bit. He is the champion this season, but goodness me, he is not happy at all, is he? There's Winnie's in the wall, and I'm not. Winnie's in the wall, and Hammer Time's got past there, and I think he's furious there. He's going to get disqualified if he ain't careful there, but he's done a good job actually there. When I tried doing that, I got disqualified then, but that's because I'm not a good racer. Hammer Time is in the pits now then. Lewis G is for session there as Hammer Time is in the pits, and so he's going to have to change the nose cone again. Is those new soft tyres there? I think that because it's a new lobby, a lot of drivers do have an abundance amount of tyres there. Those are old soft tyres, aren't they? Because look, they've done 4 laps then, so this is going to also impede Hammer Time's progress of the safety car. He comes out of the pits now, but that is a major blow for Hammer Time. Oh dear then. And that is such a shame as well then. Winnie Verstappen tactics, love it. Goodness me. As Hammer Time, I think is furious of that there as he's crashed, as he's damaged his wing again. Hammer Time, I think that he is struggling, isn't he? And I think we may have to leave Hammer Time to it for a minute, as he might have to get some composure in that car. Kaz then, who's currently in 14th for this now, just trying to catch up to the back of the Crocodile. Scooby Sue saying Liam is doing well on a default setup then, who's in second position at the moment there, but Paris then, who's leading the race, said on 9-lap medium tyres. Hats off to Paris, who has stayed out there. He's gone against the grain here. Paris has chosen track position over tyre strategy here. It's a bold call. I love it. Fantastic. Right, 23 out of 28 then. So I'm now in position for what is going to be an outstanding end. An outstanding end to the ALR era as well. As I mentioned, then of course next season we're going to be on Twitch. We'll have the Division 1 on YouTube next season, and also on Twitch as well. But all the other races will be streamed on Twitch, and so that is where you need to go. Social media. Look at the social media platforms there, because we'll be there. We'll be advertising profusely over the winter break as well. Also on ALR as well, then we got some winter goodies as well then coming up for you over the course of Christmas as well then. So if you ever get 5 minutes then over Christmas, then I probably won't then, because I'll be stuffing my face with chocolate, and I'll be looking forward to the big chocolate bar that I've been very, very kindly bought by Knowlesy as well then, probably to shut me up really, as I mentioned last night. Lap 23 out of 28, and safety cars into the pits then, and we're going for one more time, I hope then, here in ALR then, as we're going to have a sprint finish then to Cobalt, a sprint finish to ALR, to the ALR League, ALR era as well then. And here comes Paris as well then, so he's going on medium tyres. He may be a bit, as we got Hammer Time, who is back in the pits again then, and it's Hammer Time then, a bit of deja vu unfortunately, as he damaged his wing there, but I think he was furious about what happened under the safety car. We're back racing. And now then, J-Dog, who is very wide on that part of the circuit, and Mack has got past, oh my word, there, has got past Smithy Almighty, and up in the 12th position now, as J-Dog then breaking down into turn 3, Starbus in 4th position, Duncan Day 5th, Ariel in 6th position, Star 7th, Baguette 8th, and Winnie 9th, Craigar in 10th position. J-Dog has got past William and moved himself up into 2nd position, but Liam is coming back out in his wheel-to-wheel stuff, going down the back straight, but Liam is going to have to just drop back a bit. Then is J-Dog going for the lead? He is, and he's got a 3-second penalty though, doesn't he? So he's got to find that pace, and he has passed without the DRS. And Paris it might be dropping like a stone then, unfortunately because of the medium tires. And however, he's had a great run there off the chicane there, and he is really starting. Is J-Dog going to need to defend then? No, he doesn't then. And J-Dog doesn't defend fresh air either, which is really good indeed. Then when you're under the cosh there, you do think that you do sometimes defend fresh air when you probably shouldn't there. Starbus is all over the back now with Liam there, but he's had a horrific run there out of turn 14, I think it is, and I don't know where those corners are. There's too many corners on this course. Luckily, luckily they have lowered the quarter count down to 16 then, which is more by style, really, isn't it? Liam all over the back now of Paris, and this is a good opportunity then for J-Dog to really push the envelope. And who is that? That's Starbus out of the race, and he's right off, and it's a safety car, and Winnie comes into the pits as well. So we've got another safety car here. Have these drivers got any soft tires left? And Hammer Tom's had a reprieve again then. Oh my goodness me. Hammer Tom's got a 3-second penalty though, hasn't he? But I wonder if Hammer Tom may have some soft tires spare then. So this should be the last safety car of the ALR. Well, I hope so, because goodness me, we have had a lot of safety cars there. As now Mack is also in the pits, changing the nose cone there on that Williams car. That's a lot of nose cone changes here tonight, isn't it? 13 cars remain there out of the 20 that started. We have lost Iron Knight, we have lost Scooby Stew, we have lost Lewis G, Sir Dave, Crusher T, Jinner and Starbus set. In 13th position is Mac there on soft tires, medium tires for Winnie, soft tires for Hammer Time as well. Is anyone else going to come into the pits, or are they just going to stay out? And Starbus is out of the race and out of the session. However, good season for Starbus, and a brilliant drive indeed there this season. I'm not really sure who my driver for Cobalt is. That's a very difficult one, isn't it? Hammer Time's been head and shoulders, hasn't he? He's not lost it in the championship. Hammer Time hasn't there. He's been supreme. J-Dog, though, has stepped up another level, hasn't he, with 2 Grand Prix wins, and again here tonight he's showing that level. I think Smith and Monty has done a superb job as well. Kaz, I've loved watching Kaz this season, but she has got better each and every week. Styles in the second half of the season has really took it up a notch, or 4, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed. Paris since making his debut in Cobalt, he has been a front runner, isn't he? He's always been up there, or thereabouts. Kaz is in the points, baby. He just said that he is loving life in the Ferrari. Kaz is and yes indeed there, so he's enjoying that, and hopefully he can stick it to the end then. Since cars waiting at the bottom of the hill then, is everyone coming in the pits, and the Crocodile is 2 spaces together then, and I think the safety car being at the end of lap 7 there, as Paris is just dropping back at the moment now. So so this is a great opportunity, isn't there? Stop typing and drive. And there's 2 cars there as well. We're on that 26 out of 28, and the final 3 laps of ALR before we become Hyperdrive for next season. Of course, we are going to be live 7:30 every night of the week. Now, goodness me, you can't get rid of us, can you? So it is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of action as well. There is going to be 2 more leagues to be announced as well then, of course. So keep an eye out for that on the old social media platforms there. It is going to be an abundant amount of Formula 1 action as well then for Hyperdrive next season. Looking forward to that. HDE then it's going to be looking a very good is looking a very good prospect indeed then, of course. So of course on Monday night is Division 7, Division 6 is Tuesday, Division 5 is Wednesday, Division 4 is Thursday, Division 5 is Division 3, I'm trying to make it dramatic and I've messed up. Division 3 is on Friday, Division 2 is Saturday night, and Division 1 is on Sunday night as well. Safety cars in the end of that, then we've got 2 laps of fast and frantic action then. That is what is on offer offer in 2022 on Formula One and Hyperdrive HDE. It's the new initials and for a new era of Grand Prix racing then. Looking forward to that one indeed then. Let's see how this one goes then. Ask Hammer to hang back, laugh out loud, cast. What was that? I was just in someone having a penalty then whilst I was looking down there. So someone has had some more penalties. I think it might have been Craig R and Swift and White then. So I think that Dermot is going to be absolutely yelling at me after this one, isn't he? Because I've really put the proverbial jinx on him tonight, haven't I? And he may have a late night then as well. But as I stressed then earlier on, we're about to get racing. But thank you very much to German for Cobalt. He's been a brilliant admin for Cobalt. Thank you very much to Liam. Yeah, he's been a fantastic admin for Bronze. He's probably had the trickiest out of all the admins. Thank you, J-Dog Scotland. Damn him. Right, and thank you to Gnolsey, and thank you to Farf as well. And J-Dog's caught me unaware, and he's also caught Paris unaware as well. Lap 27 out of 28, and J-Dog needs to fly. He needs to fly. He needs to fly. Craig R is off the circuit, and Kaz is up into 10th position there. And there's all kinds of shenanigans going on there. Liam Yedden is now in a third position when we're on board with Liam, as we're just now going through the fast kinks as well. Liam's all over the back there, as J-Dog is flying out there at the moment. There's the J-Dog, and look, Liam is up the inside, passes Paris, and away he goes there. And good stuff indeed there for Liam. And now then, can Paris hold it in? And he's got no penalties, does he? He needs to hold on to that. Ariel is up into 5th position after what has been a horrific race for Ariel, and he's still in it there, so good stuff indeed there. We've got a bit of a situation going on here, haven't we? Paris is quite close to the back of Liam here. I'm wondering if he's going to go for a lunge. Those medium tires may not be in the right frame of mind now. Gap at the front is 2.3 seconds. J-Dog needs another 7/10 of a second. Can he hold on then here tonight and get his third Grand Prix win of his career as well? When he's got past Kaz, he's dropped down into 12th position there. Yellow flag then as Kaz has got off the circuit, unfortunately, and he has dropped down to 30th position there. So that point scoring position is unfortunately come unraveled there for Kaz, as Duncan Davis all over the back of Paris and 5/10 of a second away. Ariel's all over the back of Duncan Davis as well, in 5th position as well. Styles then, who is in 6th position, but gets Smith from 98 for Hammer Time is 9th, and Hammer Time who's got a lot of penalties there, but Hammer Time then might be able to get some points then after what has been a very testing Grand Prix, to say the very least. Then now into the final couple of corners, he's going to have a lunge there into turn 21. Not quite then, but I'm sure that he was thinking it, wasn't he? Ariel still on the back of Duncan Davis. Ariel's got problems. He just dropped right off to the back. Oh gosh, there, as something's gone majorly wrong for Ariel. Mark has got a 3-second penalty, as his race also unraveling as well slightly, as Ariel struggling for pace on the final lap. Then hopefully there's nothing going technically wrong with the car. Hammer Time's got past Smith and White on the outside. He's up into 8th position. Good stuff indeed. I wonder if Smith and Whitey's damaged the car, and fortunately then as now Smith and Whitey is in a 10th position now in the McLaren, and dropping down the order. J-Dog has done a supreme job today, hasn't he? Now let's just take a look at the penalties. There are the penalty situations then at this moment in time then. So 3 seconds for J-Dog, 6 seconds for Ariel, 8 seconds for Stars, 5 seconds for Baguette, 6 for Hammer Time, 6 for Mac, 5 for Craig R as well. In terms of the drivers that have moved up, Liam Yes up 18 positions, Paris up 14, magnificent. 10 position for Stars as well, great stuff. And Baguette also up 5 positions as well. J-Dog's got a penalty there. He has cost himself the Grand Prix win, I think they're majorly tonight then. And that is a big blow indeed then. Liam Yes currently in the Grand Prix, 2nd position. However, Paris has never won a Grand Prix. What an incredible way to win on his final race if he can do it there. Out of the final turn, and J-Dog needs another 2 seconds. He's not going to get it, I don't think, there. And out of the final, well, he needs another 5 seconds actually. Out of the final turn, and J-Dog's going to cross the line first there. And J-Dog, unfortunately, that 30-second penalty again there has really cost him. Now, DRS has been enabled then. We have got Paris who finishes 2nd. Liam Yes won the Grand Prix. Duncan Dave in 3rd position there. J-Dog, what a shame there. As Ariel's off and in the wall there. We've also got Williams off as well. Hammer Time's got a 10-second penalty, as I'm wondering if he's going to do some donuts and to finish it off at this season here in ALR. Well, Kaz certainly has. That's a beautiful end to the race for Kaz. Fantastic stuff indeed then. As so Hammer Time there, who is doing some lovely donuts and to celebrate the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri season has been fantastic. The joint constructors champions there. They've also won the constructors in silver, the drivers championship in silver as well. Hammer Time is the drivers champion in Cobalt and also the constructors champion as well. Magnificent stuff indeed there for AlphaTauri. They have been magnificent this year, haven't they? Hammer Time there, who is just doing some donuts and to finish off the season in style there. And yes, I love these donuts and to cross line there. So Hammer Time cross the line, 11th position there. Craigar is pulling the wall then. Kaz also celebrating as well. He's done a superb season this season. Kaz has there as they finish off. Thank you very much for that donut show. I do love a good donut. Really good stuff indeed then. And wow, that's the last race of ALR. I've got a tear in my eye. I've also got a very dry mouth indeed. Liam gets the driver of the day, but I think I think my driver of the day might actually be Paris. He's done a superb job today. Really good stuff indeed then. But yeah, that's the end of an era here in ALR then. So I am a little teary at the moment there. I'm gonna have to get some Carex in a minute there, and just try to get myself composed there. But we'll take a final look at the classification in the final race of ALR before we become Hyperdrive next season. I've said that quite a lot, haven't I then? So hopefully, yes, this is not goodbye. This is a new era as two great leagues are merging together to become one then, just like that Spice Girls theme song where two become one. Lovely stuff indeed then. So yes, it's just the end of the ALR name then, but not the end of the ALR spirit. I don't think not the end of the PBE spirit either. And hopefully we're going to have a new Hyperdrive spirit then to go into next season as well. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Liam won today. Paris, great drive from 17th to 2nd. Now Duncan Dave in third position, magnificent. The only problem with that is Duncan Dave has to speak to me then, so I'm not sure if he's going to be happy about his reward. J-Dog in fourth position. Smithfield Mighty, great recovery in fifth there. Ariel in sixth position, nightmare race for the AlphaTauri today. Vidi in seventh position there. Baguette in eighth position, ninth position Stars. Mac in 10th position there. Kaz 11th position there. Hammer Time in 12th position, also gets fast over the race there. Craigar in 13th there. Great donuts there from the bottom three. I love that. Retirement Starburst, Jinner, Crester T, Sir Dave, Lewis G, Scooby Stew, and Iron Knight all retired then from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Did I get my chocolate bar? Yes, it's coming in the post tomorrow, Lewis. Sorry, Jamie is saying that. Duncan Dave, what a drive today. My goodness me. Talk us about your race if you can, because that seemed quite tense out there from 11th on the grid.
Hi mate, how you doing? Just want to say, great job all season, the commentary, and to all the admins. Yeah, I'd a good race. Just try to keep it clean. A good pace on the mediums. I don't think I was quick as I wanted to be on the softs, and I think I got quite lucky with the safety cars. It came out at the perfect time for me to pit, and thanks to J-Dog and his pens, I managed to get a podium.
Well, thank you for the kind words there, J-Dog. Sorry, Duncan Dave. We will give you the we'll slip you the five for the envelope later on then. But overall then for your season, I'm really sorry because I think I put the commentator's curse on you right at the beginning because I was confident you was going to get a Grand Prix win this season. You've had some amazing Grand Prix. Canada though sticks out in my mind. There's a race that you probably could have and should have won. Then, how do you assess your season overall?
I'd say my season's been average. I haven't been consistent. I've too many mistakes myself, spins and stuff like that. Just talk about Canada. I think also I think I could have won Baku. I had a spin with a 360 and just carried on. It dropped me to that second or third. But yeah, there's some quick guys in there, and I just haven't been consistent. I've struggled with some tracks. I think my 1 lap pace has gone down this season and that, and yeah, could have been better. I would have hoped to have got a win, but I just didn't take my opportunities when I had the chance to get it really.
However, on a positive note, you've had 2 pole positions this season, and one of them it was actually Canada. Because I remember Canada quite well, because that pole position up for Canada was special to me. I don't think, unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to you that day, and I really wanted to ask you about that lap. Can you remember that lap? Was that lap special for you, or was it just kind of an average lap for yourself?
I'm trying to think back. It's probably one of the rare moments to probably put it all together. But was that when we had the glitch? Oh no, that was Monza, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it
Was
was
it
Monza.
Monza? When we had that, yeah, because I got pole in Monza. But then we had that major glitch with the game, and the race didn't really run, so we then did quali the following week, I think it was, and never got that pole back. So yeah, sometimes I can just get it together, but it's just not consistent enough, and that's what I need to work on, I think, for next season.
But in the end, then I think I haven't got the standards up in front of me, but I think you're definitely in the top 5, maybe the top 6 of the championship this season. I think.
Yeah, Smith and Mighty just picked me to that 5th last week, so I couldn't make it, and I was like, I want my 5th place back, so I was determined to pick up points tonight.
And indeed, you did brilliant stuff indeed. Thank you very much for your season today, Duncan. For your season to Duncan Dave. I'm really sorry about the name as well. It's serious
Oh, I love
question.
it.
Pardon?
Yeah, I love it. It's no one else calls it.
It's
Could be
serious.
someone different. That's it.
It's Serious Russians' fault, because
Yeah.
they tricked me into calling you Duncan. Then I was like, oh gosh, it's getting worse. But a fantastic season. It's been a privilege to watch you drive over the course of the season. And I said
Thank
that
you.
Canadian pole up is going to stick with me forever. Even if you can't remember, I thought it was brilliant. Fantastic stuff indeed. Let's come to
Thank you.
Liam, who's well, not really in Cobalt tonight, but I think we're going to just talk about the season for Liam. Liam, we're not going to talk about your Cobalt race. I think we need to talk about your season as a whole from Gold. Then, I think that how would you sum up your season? And of course, a couple of final words for ALR before we go off the air tonight.
It was disappointing. I think I could have done a lot better. The middle of the season, I really struggled, and some of the races towards the end, I struggled as well. So. I did a lot better in my first season than I did in Gold, but obviously I think the grid was a lot more competitive this season as well, so that certainly didn't help me. And I think when they changed the cars back to how they handle on the old game, I think a lot of people that were struggling started to then improve quite a lot. So yeah, that kind of pushed me back down the order a bit more, so it was frustrating, but still really enjoyable, still the best league that I've ever competed in, and yeah, looking forward to the future.
And just a few final words about ALR, if you can.
What a league! What a commentator! I think the first time that I saw it on YouTube, I saw you commentating, and I was like, I don't care what division I'm in, I've just got to get in that league. I want to hear him commentate on me. So yeah, thanks ever so much, Sean, for everything that you've put in, all the admins, before me as well. It's been class, and like I said, in the future as well, combining with PBE, good times are ahead.
Thank you very much, Liam. Brilliant stuff indeed. I see that Farf joined us as well, because Farf doesn't want to go without saying a few words as well. By the way, thank you very much for your kind words, Farf. I'm going to read it out because Farf doesn't give me compliments often. Well done to all of ALR members, especially to Sean for all his hard work commentating over 4 days. It's been quite easy, because ALR has been fantastic all season around then. Farf, did you want to find a couple of words as well? Because I did mention how good what you've done in Gold this season.
I've done alright. Put up with some crap, but yeah.
And over in your course of ALR, how do you feel about ALR then, and thinking about hyperdrive as well?
There's always better things out there, isn't there? So it's time for a change. Hopefully it works out.
Good stuff indeed. That's our very own Kimi Räikkönen, by the way, of ALR, or Hyperdrive now. Right, I think we've got to end it there. Thank you very much to all the comments as well. Ayrton just said love to ALR and everyone who's been a part of it. Of course, Ayrton was also part of it as well. And Emerson as well, who was a commentator in bronze as well. How can we forget that yeehaw moment from America? Thank you for all the people that have been a part of these streams then. Really, not only the drivers, but also the commenters as well, because that is what keeps me going on some races that have been difficult to watch over the course of the season, I must say. And so was a bit of an interesting watch, wasn't it, indeed? But this is not the end. This is just a rebranding, and of course, next season we got 7 days of action starting from Monday all the way through to Sunday. It will be Division 7 on Monday, Division 1 on Sunday, and everything in between as well. Thank you to Farf, who's been gold admin for a couple of years now, or a couple of seasons, been brilliant. Thank you to Nosey, who's been very much a part of ALR's incredible rise to power over the last couple of seasons. And I think he took on the massive role from like season 2. Incredible stuff. We have also got to say thank you to Liam, who's been brilliant in bronze there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Probably the hardest league to admin as well. And thank you to German as well in Cobalt, who's been magnificent. German has there, but as I've mentioned throughout the stream, he's going to hate me after this one because I've said he's on an easy season. Oh dear. And I think he might be staying up late as well because there's a couple of 5-second penalties he may need to remove. Thank you to all you guys at home. Thank you to the drivers as well. And we will see you in Hyperdrive for next season. It's a new era of Formula 1. It's a new era of PlayStation League racing as well. We'll see you in January. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. Goodbye.